The National Federation of State High School Associations Soccer Rules Book for the seasons of 2024 and 25. 2024-25 Soccer Rules Changes. For comments on the 2024-25 rules changes, see page 88. 414D clarifies there is no limitation on the color of tape or sock worn at or below the ankle under the competition sock. Any tape or similar material used above the ankle must match the sock's color. Rule 12. Reorganized fouls and misconduct rule for clarity and consistency of use. A new section was added addressing stopping a promising attack. Language was added to denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity that all conditions must be met for DOGSO to be applied, and the section on ejections now lists the offenses by severity. 2024-25 Soccer Major Editorial Changes 343, 623, and 1251F15. 2024-25 Points of Emphasis. Officials' Toolbox for Game Management. A referee's toolbox for game management consists of various skills, techniques, and strategies they can employ to effectively officiate a match and maintain control over the players, coaches, and game environment. Here are a few items in a referee's toolbox. Communication. Clear and effective communication with players, coaches, and the officiating team is key. Referees can use verbal and non-verbal cues to convey decisions, instructions, and warnings. Working constructively and in cooperation with game side administration is important to facilitating a positive game environment. Game control. Referees use their authority to manage the tempo and flow of the game. They may intervene to calm tensions, prevent conflicts, or address unsporting behavior. This can include issuing verbal warnings, cautions, ejections, or temporarily suspending the game and working with administrators to deal with spectators or outside interference. Development. With the requirement to explain misconduct incidents to both coaches, an educational atmosphere is an important component of the high school game, and officials should approach interactions positively, with respect and professionalism. Officials should clearly and concisely state the specific nature of the misconduct, fostering a positive learning environment in the face of difficult situations. Adaptability. Every game is different, and referees must adapt to changing circumstances. They may need to adjust their officiating style based on the level of play, the behavior of the players, or unexpected developments during the match. By utilizing these tools effectively while managing emotions and remaining calm and composed, referees can promote fair play, ensure player safety, and contribute to a positive and enjoyable experience for everyone involved in the game. Stopping a promising attack. The inclusion of the considerations for a promising attack serves as a crucial clarification in the rules, specifically addressing what was previously referred to as tactical fouls. While the considerations are clear for obvious goal-scoring opportunities, promising attacks may be more difficult to recognize. The strategy of tactically fouling with the aim to interrupt the attacking team's progress without necessarily denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity is a form of misconduct. Sections 7 and 8 in Rule 12 highlight the importance of discerning the nature of these types of tactical offenses for consistent and fair officiating. Like DOGSO situations, fouls that stop a promising attack, or SPA, might not be severe in nature, but the offense's impact on the attacking team's potential needs to be recognized and dealt with accordingly. Officials need to understand the nuanced dynamics of play and maintain a tactical awareness of the advancing phase of play to recognize SPA incidents. Referees are tasked with evaluating multiple factors to determine the promise of an attack, encompassing elements like player positioning, ball control, defensive presence, skill, and the pace of the game. Importantly, any foul that unfairly stops or interrupts a promising attack is considered misconduct, warranting a caution and a yellow card for the offending player. If SPA occurs within the offender's penalty area and the foul is an attempt to play the ball, the player is not cautioned if the referee awards a penalty kick. In other SPA circumstances inside the penalty area, for example, holding, pulling, pushing, no possibility to play the ball, etc., the offending player must be cautioned. After a goal. After a goal is scored, officials must stay alert as there are several important considerations and tasks to manage. In addition to lower priority administrative tasks, officials must be vigilant after a goal for any signs of escalating tension or potential misconduct and address any issues promptly to prevent situations from escalating. Key aspects of concern include working as a team with other officials, for example, lead assistant referee, to determine if the ball was, in fact, scored properly by wholly crossing the goal line under the crossbar and between the goal posts. The crew must ensure that the goal was legally scored and that there were no infringements or violations during the build-up to the goal. This includes checking for any potential offside offenses by the attacking team that would prompt the goal to be disallowed. Observing players' reactions and behaviors after the goal to identify and address any unsporting actions or misconduct. This includes potential confrontations, dissent, or provocative actions. If the team that scored is behind, it may try to quickly retrieve the ball from the goal or grab it out of the opponent's hands. The defense that was setting an offside trap may swarm around the assistant referee to argue about a non-call. These can be volatile situations, and proactive officials will intervene quickly to make their presence known. Encourage attackers to return to their side of the field promptly, or remind defenders the decisions of the officiating crew must be respected before their actions rise to misconduct. When behavior crosses the line, recognize it and deal with it firmly and fairly according to the rules. Monitoring player celebrations to prevent excessive or inappropriate behavior. While celebrating a goal is allowable, which might include leaving the field, players cannot prohibit a timely restart with excessive or prolonged acts. This includes unsporting gestures, removal of shirts, taunting, or any actions that could incite the opposing team or spectators. Record keeping and beckoning in substitutes. The crew should include in their pregame discussion how to maintain the game record while also managing players after a goal is scored. The crew should establish before the game who is responsible for keeping an eye on the field while other officials are recording in their book. Either team may substitute an unlimited number of players from the bench, provided they check in. Officials need to be mindful of those substitutes which may trickle in and work together as a crew to recognize substitutes wanting to enter the game. After a goal, there is much more to do than just adding a tally mark in the book. Officials should focus on the players, recognize situations that could lead to conflicts, be present and proactive in their responses, and deal with misconduct appropriately. Coach's Code of Ethics. The function of a coach is to educate students through participation in interscholastic competition. An interscholastic program should be designed to enhance academic achievement and should never interfere with opportunities for academic success. Each student should be treated with the utmost respect, and the student's welfare should be considered in decisions by the coach at all times. Accordingly, the following guidelines for coaches have been adopted by the NFHS Board of Directors. Coaches shall be aware that they have a tremendous influence, for either good or ill, on the education of the student, and thus shall never place the value of winning above the value of instilling the highest ideals of character. Coaches shall uphold the honor and dignity of the profession. In all personal contact with students, officials, athletic directors, school administrators, the State High School Athletic Association, the media, and the public, coaches shall strive to set an example of the highest ethical and moral conduct. Coaches shall take an active role in the prevention of drug, alcohol, and tobacco abuse. Coaches shall avoid the use of alcohol and tobacco products when in contact with players. Coaches shall promote the entire interscholastic program of the school and direct the program in harmony with the total school program. Coaches shall master the contest rules and shall teach the rules to their team members. Coaches shall not seek an advantage by circumvention of the spirit or letter of the rules. Coaches shall exert their influence to enhance sportsmanship by spectators, both directly and by working closely with cheerleaders, pep club sponsors, booster clubs, and administrators. Coaches shall respect and support contest officials. Coaches shall not indulge in conduct which would incite players or spectators against the officials. Public criticism of officials or players is unethical. Coaches should meet and exchange cordial greetings with the opposing coach to set the correct tone for the event before and after the contest. Coaches shall not exert pressure on faculty members to give students special consideration. Coaches shall not scout opponents by any means other than those adopted by the league and or state high school association. Officials' Code of Ethics. Officials at an interscholastic athletic event are participants in the educational development of high school students. As such, they must exercise a high level of self-discipline, independence, and responsibility. The purpose of this code is to establish guidelines for ethical standards of conduct for all interscholastic officials. Officials shall master both the rules of the game and the mechanics necessary to enforce the rules, and shall exercise authority in an impartial, firm, and controlled manner. Officials shall work with each other and their state associations in a constructive and cooperative manner. Officials shall uphold the honor and dignity of the profession in all interaction with student athletes, coaches, athletic directors, school administrators, colleagues, and the public. Officials shall not use any form of alcohol or tobacco, or be under the influence, for example impaired by, a controlled or illicit substance beginning with arrival at the competition site until departure following the completion of the contest. Officials shall prepare themselves both physically and mentally, shall dress neatly and appropriately, and shall comport themselves in a manner consistent with the high standards of the profession. Officials shall be punctual and professional in the fulfillment of all contractual obligations. Officials shall remain mindful that their conduct influences the respect that student athletes, coaches, and the public hold for the profession. Officials shall, while enforcing the rules of play, remain aware of the inherent risk of injury that competition poses to student athletes. Where appropriate, officials shall inform event management of conditions or situations that appear unreasonably hazardous. Officials shall take reasonable steps to educate themselves in the recognition of emergency conditions that might arise during the course of competition. Officials shall maintain an ethical approach while participating in forums, chat rooms, and all forms of social media. Rule 1. The Field of Play. Section 1. Size of the Field. Article 1. The field of play shall be rectangular, 100 to 120 yards long, and 55 to 80 yards wide. The minimum dimension that is highly recommended for high schools is 110 yards by 65 yards. Note, except as specifically stated within the rules, any dimensions or other information in diagrams of fields is suggested only. It is not required by NFHS rules. The construction and layout of all facilities used for high school competition are subject to any applicable laws and building codes, and to the sound judgments of the person in charge of the facilities. Section 2. Markings. Article 1. The field of play shall be marked in accordance with the soccer field diagram, with non-caustic, distinctively colored material that is not injurious to the participants. Where games are played on a field marked for other sports, it is recommended markings which contrast in color to the other sport markings be used to indicate the soccer field areas. Article 2. Boundary lines are a part of the field of play. Each line shall be 4 inches wide. The longer boundary lines are the touch lines, and the shorter boundary lines are the goal lines. Article 3. A halfway line shall be marked across the field, equidistant and parallel to the goal lines. Article 4. The center of the field of play shall be indicated by a spot 9 inches in diameter or other suitable mark, and, with this spot as the center, a circle with a 10-yard radius shall be drawn around it. Article 5. A goal area shall be indicated on each end of the field of play by 2 lines drawn at right angles to the goal line, 10 yards from the midpoint of the goal line. These lines shall extend onto the field of play for a distance of 6 yards. The ends of these lines shall be joined by a line parallel to the goal line. The lines are part of the goal area. Article 6. A penalty area shall be indicated on each end of the field of play by 2 lines drawn at right angles to the goal line, 22 yards from the midpoint of the goal line. These lines shall extend into the field of play for a distance of 18 yards. The ends of these lines shall be joined by a line parallel to the goal line. The lines are part of the penalty area. Article 7. A 2-foot penalty kick line, or a penalty spot 9 inches in diameter, shall be drawn on each end of the field of play at a point 12 yards from the midpoint of the goal line and extending 1 foot on each side of the undrawn center line and parallel to the goal line. Article 8. A penalty arc is the restraining line for penalty kicks and shall be indicated by using the center of the penalty kick line for drawing an arc with a 10-yard radius outside the penalty area. Article 9. A corner area shall be indicated on each corner of the field of play by an arc with a radius of 1 yard from the intersection of the goal line and the touch line. Article 10. A 1 yard long hash mark may be made perpendicular to the goal line and touch line, situated 6 inches beyond, but not touching, outside the field of play 11 yards from each corner of the field to assist the officials in enforcement of encroachment during corner kicks. Article 11. When markings become obscured by the elements during a course of a game, the markings shall be assumed to be present and decisions shall be rendered by officials to interpret original positions of the markings. Section 3. Corner flags. Article 1. The corner flag should be of a bright color, easily distinguishable from surroundings, and approximately 2 feet long by 1 foot wide. It should be securely fastened to a post not less than 5 feet high with a non-pointed top made of smooth, consistent, and/or flexible material such as wood, plastic, or plastic foam. These flag posts shall be placed at each corner of the field of play and shall not be removed during the course of play. Similar flag posts may be placed opposite the halfway line at least 1 yard outside the touch line. Section 4. Goals and Nets. Article 1. The goals shall be placed on the goal line. Each goal shall consist of 2 upright posts between 4 inches and 5 inches in projected diameter, placed an equal distance from the corner flags and 8 yards apart, inside measurement. The rear of each goal post shall be on the outer edge of the goal line. The tops of the posts shall be joined by a 4-inch but not more than 5-inch horizontal crossbar, the lower edge of which shall be 8 feet from the ground. Soccer goals shall be white. No markings other than a single manufacturer's identification or logo may appear on the goal posts or crossbar. Metal pipes of 3 to 4 inches in diameter may be used. If portable goals are used, the goals shall be adequately anchored, secured, or counterweighted to the ground. If used on a football field, the front of the portable goals should be at least 2 yards in front of the base of the existing football goalposts. The vertical portion of the soccer goalpost may be padded with commercially manufactured material for soccer goals. This material shall be white, have a maximum thickness of 1 inch, be a minimum of 72 inches high, and shall be properly secured. No markings other than a single manufacturer's identification or logo may appear on the goalpost padding. Article 2. Nets shall be attached to the posts and crossbar and be firmly fastened to the ground behind the goals. Each net shall be supported so that it will extend backward at the level of the crossbar for a distance of 24 inches from the crossbar. Nets may be multicolored. However, no markings other than a single manufacturer's identification or logo may appear on the net. Section 5. Official and Team Areas. Article 1. There shall be marked areas for each team's bench, separated by an official area for entering substitutes, scorers, and timers. These marked areas shall be at least 10 feet from the touchline. The State Association shall be notified if team areas are not marked. Article 2. The official area shall extend 5 yards on each side of the halfway line. The team areas shall extend from 10 yards on each side of the halfway line for a distance of 20 yards, and each area shall be marked by a solid line. Coaches, bench personnel, and team members shall be restricted to the team area. Exceptions. When teams are placed on the opposite sides of the field, each team area shall be located as specified above and shall be placed diagonally across from each other. A team member may leave the bench area in order to warm up prior to becoming a substitute. Section 6. Spectators Area. Article 1. Spectators shall be confined to areas at least 10 feet from the touchline, team official area, and goal line. No one shall be permitted directly behind either goal unless in bleachers. Section 7. Field Conditions. Article 1. Up until the moment the game begins, it is the responsibility of the host institution or game management to judge whether or not the condition of the field, the elements, and other conditions affecting the safety of the field of play allow for a safe game to begin. Once the game begins, and until it ends, the determination of whether or not a game may be safely continued shall be made by the referee. Situations and rulings on Rule 1, the field of play. Markings. 1-2-1 Situation A. The game is to be played on a field which is also used for football. The playing area and boundary lines for soccer are A. Marked with white lines, similar to the yard lines for football, or B. Marked with contrasting colored material which is non-injurious to eyes or skin. Ruling. In A, if the referee considers that the lines are not confusing, the game may be played. However, it is recommended that the soccer markings contrast with other field markings. In B, the field is properly marked. 1-2-1 Situation B. A game is to be played on a field where the home team's logo obscures the halfway line and center circle. Ruling. Illegal. The game may be played. However, the referee shall notify the state association following the game. 1-2-4 Situation. A referee inspecting the field prior to the game detects A. A center circle spot 9 inches in diameter, B. An X intersecting the halfway line, C. No mark other than the halfway line. Ruling: A. Legal, B. Legal, C. Illegal. Note: referee should notify the state association of a deficiency but should not delay the start of play. 1-2-6 Situation: observation of the penalty area line leads the referee to believe measurements are incorrect. Upon measuring, it is verified the measurements are not correct. Ruling: the lines shall be used as marked, but the state association will be advised of the error with corrections to be made prior to the next game. 1-2-10 Situation: when inspecting field markings, the referee notices that hash marks are not present 11 yards from the touchline and perpendicular to the goal line. The referee determines that the game will not start until the hash marks are made. Ruling: incorrect decision. Although these marks may be made, the marks are not mandatory. Goals and nets. 1-4-1 Situation A. Referee observes the goalposts are placed A. in front of the goal line, B. front edges are behind the goal line, or C. rear edge on outer edge of goal line. Ruling: improper placement in A and B and should be brought to the attention of the proper authorities. Correct placement in C. 1-4-1 Situation B. While inspecting the field prior to the game, the head referee detects that the portable goals in use are not securely anchored to the ground. Ruling: the game will not start until the goals are properly secured. 1-4-1 Situation C. During a pre-game field check, the referee observes that the goalposts have two 48-inch commercially manufactured pads, one above the other, on each upright. The referee considers that the padding is safe and allows the game to proceed. Ruling: legal. 1-4-1 Situation D. During play, a goal gets moved back off the goal line, away from the field, and the entire ball passes beyond the goal line but does not pass beyond the goalposts and under the crossbar because the goal is not in its proper position. A goal is awarded. Ruling: correct decision. The goal shall be assumed to be in the proper position. Spectators area. 1-6-1 Situation: the referee instructs game management to tell the spectators to remain 10 feet behind the touchline, goal line, and or team official area, or the game may be terminated. Ruling: legal. C. 5-3-2E. Field conditions. 1-7-1 Situation A. Immediately prior to the start of the game, the home team athletic director decides that the field is not playable and will not allow the game to begin. Ruling: correct procedure. 1-7-1 Situation B. During the course of a game, a downpour occurs. The head referee or center referee suspends the contest. Ruling: legal. C. 5-3-2E. Rule 2. The ball. Section 1. Supply. Article 1. It is the responsibility of the home team to provide 3 or more official game balls of similar quality. If the home team cannot provide 3 balls, the referee shall choose game balls from those offered by both teams. Section 2. Specifications. Article 1. Game balls shall be spherical, with a circumference of at least 27 inches, but no more than 28 inches. The weight of the balls at the start of the game shall be at least 14 ounces, but not more than 16 ounces. Article 2. The outer casing of the ball shall be leather or other similar material that is weather resistant. Article 3. The ball shall be inflated to the manufacturer's recommended pressure. Article 4. If the ball becomes deflated during play, it is declared dead, and the game is resumed by a drop ball at the spot where it was last played. If the ball becomes deflated within the goal area, then the ball is dropped subject to the provisions of 9-2. A ball that becomes deflated during a penalty kick results in retaken kick as per 14-1-7. Article 5. The ball shall include the NFHS authenticating mark. The mark can be displayed in any of the following formats shown below. A current list of NFHS authenticated products can be found at www.nfhs.org under Resources. Rule 3. The players and substitutions. Section 1. Number of players. Article 1. The game shall be played by 2 teams, each consisting of not more than 11 players, one of whom shall be the goalkeeper. Each team shall designate a team captain on the field who, A. is the team's representative, B. may address an official on matters of interpretation, and C. may address an official to obtain essential information. Article 2. A game shall not be started with fewer than 7 properly uniformed players on each team. After the game is started, it may not be continued with fewer than 7 players on either team. If a team has fewer than 7 eligible players, the game shall be terminated and a forfeit shall be declared. Exception: should a team drop below 7 players due to a player having to leave the field for a temporary equipment repair, minor injury, or due to a blood rule situation, the official may suspend the game momentarily until the problem is corrected and then continue the game. Article 3. Each team shall submit a team roster containing the first and last names and numbers of all players and substitutes, all bench personnel, and all coaches to the officials at least 5 minutes prior to the start of the contest. The game shall not begin until this is complete. Players, substitutes, numbers, bench personnel, and coaches may be added to the roster after the start of play. Goalkeepers may have 2 numbers listed on the roster, a goalkeeper's number and a field player's number. Section 2. Position of players. Article 1. The team winning the coin toss shall have the option of A. Choosing which end of the field to defend, or B. Taking the kickoff as per 5-2-2D3. Article 2. Teams shall exchange goal lines after each regular period and each overtime period. Section 3. Substitutions. Article 1. Time for substitutions. Either team may substitute an unlimited number of players from the bench between periods. Article 2. Time for substitutions. Either team may substitute an unlimited number of players from the bench provided the players report to the scorer's table or a nearest official and are beckoned as in per 3-4-1A. A. When a goal is scored, or B. When a player is injured. 1. A coach or appropriate healthcare professional may not enter the field without approval from a referee. 2. If the referee stops the clock and beckons a coach or appropriate healthcare professional onto the field for an apparent injury to any player, the player shall leave the field. If the referee signals the clock to be stopped and the appropriate healthcare professional or coach is not beckoned, the player does not have to leave the field. 3. The injured player leaving the field may be replaced from the bench. If the injured player is the goalkeeper, they shall be replaced by either a substitute or a field player. 4. Any player who exhibits signs, symptoms, or behaviors consistent with a concussion, including but not limited to loss of consciousness, headache, dizziness, confusion, or balance problems, shall be immediately removed from the contest and shall not return to play until cleared by an appropriate healthcare professional. Refer to the NFHS Suggested Guidelines for Management of Concussions. 5. If the injured player is being replaced during a penalty kick situation, the substitute may not take the penalty kick. Article 3. Time for substitutions. Either team may substitute an unlimited number of players provided the players have checked in per 3-4-1D, A. On a goal kick. B. When a player from either team is cautioned with a yellow card. 1. The cautioned player shall leave the field but may be replaced from the bench. 2. The cautioned player may not re-enter the game until the next legal opportunity for that team. 3. Should the team with the cautioned player elect to play shorthanded, the cautioned player may not be replaced until the next legal substitution opportunity for that team. 4. If the cautioned player is being replaced during a penalty kick situation, the substitute may not take the penalty kick. C. When a player from either team is ejected with a red card. 1. A team shall not substitute for a player who has been ejected except for the goalkeeper who is required by 3-1-1. When a team substitutes for an ejected goalkeeper, a field player shall be removed. 2. If an ejected goalkeeper is being replaced during a penalty kick situation, the substitute may not take the penalty kick. D. When a player is required to leave the field because of improper equipment or communicable disease concerns. 1. An athlete who is bleeding, has an open wound, has any amount of blood on the uniform, or has blood on the body shall be directed to leave the field until the bleeding has stopped, the wound is covered, the uniform and or body is appropriately cleaned, and or the uniform is changed before returning to competition. 2. The player shall leave the field and may be replaced from the bench. 3. If the removed player is being replaced during a penalty kick situation, the substitute may not take the penalty kick. E. When bench personnel is cautioned or ejected. Article 4. The team in possession of the ball may substitute an unlimited number of players, provided the substitutes have checked in per 3-4-1D, A. On a throw-in, or B. On a corner kick. Article 5. The team not in possession of the ball may substitute an unlimited number of players at a throw-in or corner kick if the team in possession of the ball is also substituting, provided those substitutes have checked in as per 3-4-1D. Article 6. A substitute becomes a player when the substitute is beckoned onto the field of play, at which time the replaced individual is no longer a player. Article 7. A team that elects or is required to play shorthanded for reasons other than misconduct may have the players re-enter the game during a dead ball. The re-entry shall occur from the official area after being beckoned in accordance to 3-4-1A. Article 8. A team which starts a game with fewer than 11 players, but at least 7 players, may have its additional players enter the game during a dead ball, provided that the names of the additional players are on the team roster, as per 3-1-3. Section 4. Procedure for substitution. Article 1. To request a substitution, a substitute who desires to enter the game shall report to the official's area, giving the jersey number and the number of the player being replaced. A. The substitute shall remain at the official's area until a referee beckons the substitute onto the field of play. When there is no separate scorer or timer, incoming substitutes shall report directly to the nearest official from the official area. B. A substitute may enter the field of play at the beginning of a period without being beckoned by the referee. After a goal is scored and when a player is injured and removed from the field, substitutes shall be beckoned. C. If entry is requested at any other time, the scorer shall require the timer to signal for the substitution immediately when there is a prescribed substitution opportunity. D. When an entry is taking place on a throw-in, a goal kick, or corner kick, the substitute shall have reported to the official's area prior to the dead ball situation. E. The player being replaced shall exit the field on the bench side unless the player is injured and unable to exit on that side. Article 2. Entry onto the field of play by a substitute, except at the beginning of a period, is prohibited without the approval of a referee, subject to provision in 3-4-1B. Section 5. Goalkeeper change. Article 1. The goalkeeper may change places with a player on the field whenever the clock is stopped or a substitution takes place, provided the uniforms are legal. Any time the goalkeeper is changed, a referee shall be notified. Penalty: both players or goalkeepers shall receive a warning at the next stoppage of play. Section 6. Excessive player substitutions. Article 1. When a team repeatedly substitutes to consume time, a referee shall order the timer to stop the time clock during such substitutions and shall notify the coach of the offending team. The repetition may be construed as unsporting conduct. Situations and rulings on Rule 3, Players and Substitutions. Number of players, 3-1-1, Situation A. Team A's coach decides to sacrifice defense and sends in a substitute for the goalkeeper in order to keep 11 players on the field. Ruling: legal. Comment: as long as there is a designated, properly attired goalkeeper. 3-1-1, Situation B. The referee observes that Team A has 12 players in the game, A, before the game is restarted following a goal by A2, or B, after the game has been restarted following a goal by A2. Ruling: in A, the goal is disallowed and the game is restarted with a goal kick by Team B. However, in B, the goal will stand. See 5-1-2. Comment: in both instances, the appropriate player will be removed from the game and cautioned. The game is resumed according to how it was interrupted. 3-1-3, Situation A. A player who is not listed on the roster scores a goal. The goal is allowed. Ruling: legal. Comment: since players may be added to the roster after the start of play, a goal by a player who is not on the roster should be allowed and the player's name and number should be added to the roster. 3-1-3, Situation B. Team A begins the game with 7 players. The rest of the team arrives after the game has begun, and the coach writes the names on the roster, and the players enter the game at the next stoppage of play after approval by the referee. Ruling: legal. Comment: players can be added as long as the players' names have been listed on the roster, even if the names are added after the beginning of the game. See Rule 3-3-8. Substitutions. 3-3-2, Situation A. Player A is injured while on the field and play is stopped. Both teams substitute 3 players from the bench without checking in before play resumes. Ruling: illegal. Comment: unlimited substitutions are permitted, but the substitutes shall check in and be beckoned in by the referee as per 3-4-1A. 3-3-2 Situation B. A goal is scored and Team A elects to substitute 4 players from the bench without being beckoned by the referee. Ruling: illegal. Comment: all players shall report and be beckoned by the referee as per 3-4-1A. 3-3-2 Situation C. The goalkeeper goes down after making a save and remains motionless for a few seconds, continuing to possess the ball. The official stops the clock to review the situation. The referee determines that play should continue. No attendants are beckoned and play is restarted with a drop ball. Ruling: legal. Comment: since no coach or medical personnel were beckoned onto the field, the player may remain in the game. 3-3-2 Situation D. An attacker collides with the opposing goalkeeper and both appear to be injured. The referee stops the clock and beckons the coaches to attend to each player. Both players leave the field, but neither coach chooses to replace the injured players. Ruling: legal for field player and illegal not to have a designated goalkeeper as per Rule 3-1-1. 3-3-2 Situation E. Players A2 and B2 hit heads in attempting to head the ball and both are injured. In the opinion of the referee, player A2 exhibits signs, symptoms, or behaviors consistent with a concussion. Ruling: player A2 shall be immediately removed from the contest and shall not return to play until cleared by an appropriate healthcare professional. 3-3-2 Situation F. Player A2 goes down and is apparently injured. Following a preliminary examination, the official stops the clock and beckons A2's coach or athletic trainer onto the field to attend to the injured player, but the coach refuses to comply. Ruling: the injured player shall be removed and may be replaced. 3-3-2 Situation G. Player A2, A, is injured and attended to on the field. B is issued a yellow card for a cautionable offense. Although in both instances player A2 shall leave the field, Team A coach elects to play one player short. Ruling: legal. 3-3-2 Situation H. Player A2 is injured. After examining player A2, the referee stops the clock and beckons A2's coach or athletic trainer onto the field to attend to the injured player. A, the athletic trainer for Team A, attends to the injured player, while Coach A gives instruction to the players on the field. B, Coach A attends to the injured player and gives instruction while walking out and back to the coaching area. C, opposing Coach B calls teams to the sideline to give instructions to his team. D, Coach A, while on the sideline, calls for his substitution for A2 and gives instructions to the substitute. Ruling: legal in A, B, C, and D. 3-3-2 Situation I. Player A2 leaves the field due to an injury and the team elects to play short-handed. After the game has been restarted, A, player A12, replaces player A2. B, player A2 re-enters the field. Ruling: A, player A12 may enter the game only at the next legal substitution opportunity. In B, player A2 may re-enter the field at the next stoppage of play, as per Rule 3-3-7. 3-3-2 Situation J. Player A2 is injured during the course of play but manages to hobble across the touchline to avoid disrupting play and to allow the game to continue. At the next stoppage in play, but not necessarily a stoppage for which Team A would normally be permitted to substitute, the coach for Team A substitutes player A2 directly from the bench. Ruling: illegal, unless player A2 has been ejected under the provisions of 12-9 that do not permit a substitute, and provided that the other prerequisites for proper substitution have not been met. Comment: an injured player leaving the field under one's own power would not be considered a violation of Rule 12-9-1A. 3-3-3 Situation A. Team A substitutes an unlimited number of players that reported prior to A, a player caution, B, an injured player required to leave the field, C, a player has blood on the uniform, or D, a bench personnel caution or ejection. Ruling: legal in A, B, C, and D. 3-3-3 Situation B. Player A fouls opponent B in the penalty area, resulting in a penalty kick for Team B. Player A is ejected for receiving a second caution. Player B leaves the game due to an injury or because of communicable disease concerns. A, the substitute for player B takes the penalty kick. B, player A is a goalkeeper and a substitute replaces the goalkeeper and the field player is removed. Ruling in A, incorrect procedure. A substitute entering the game shall not take the penalty kick. In B, correct procedure. 3-3-3, situation C. Goalkeeper A fouls opponent B in the penalty area, resulting in a penalty kick for Team B. Goalkeeper A is ejected for committing serious foul play. Ruling: Team A is permitted to substitute a goalkeeper from the bench, but shall have a field player leave the field, and a field player is removed. Team A shall play short due to the ejection, as in Rule 12.9.2, but shall have a goalkeeper, as in Rule 3.1.1. 3-3-3, situation D. An official observes a direct free kick foul by the defense in the penalty area, blows the whistle, stops play, and indicates a penalty kick. The official simultaneously indicates an injured player and issues a caution for persistent infringement to the player committing the foul. The coaches, having no players at the scorer's table, substitutes for the injured and cautioned player from the bench. Ruling: legal. The injured player and cautioned player shall be removed. The penalty kick shall be taken by a player who was a player at the time the whistle stopped play. 3-3-3, situation E. Team A substitutes an unlimited number of players from the bench after A, a caution, B, an injured player is required to leave the field, or C, after a goal is scored. Ruling: A, illegal, B, legal, and C, legal provided the substitutes checked in and are beckoned in by the referee. 3-3-3, situation F. Player A2 is cautioned and issued a yellow card for misconduct and makes a profane remark to the referee. A, the substitute has not been beckoned onto the field, and B, the substitute has been beckoned onto the field. Ruling: in A, A2 is issued a red card and the team plays short. B, A2 is issued a red card and the substitute is allowed to participate, as in Rule 12.9.2. 3-3-4, situation. Team A is awarded a corner kick. A, Team A chooses to substitute a player who has reported to the scorer. B, Team B chooses to substitute a player who has reported to the scorer. Ruling: in A, players may enter. In B, players may enter provided that Team A is also substituting, as in Rule 3-3-5. 3-3-5, situation. Team A is awarded a throw-in. A, Team A chooses to substitute a player who has not yet reported to the scorer. B, Team B, having had players report to the scorer, chooses to substitute. Ruling: A, illegal. Players shall not enter. B, illegal unless Team A chooses to substitute. A player shall have reported to the scorer before the substitution opportunity occurs on a throw-in for either team. See Rule 3-3-4. 3-3-7, situation A. Team A has elected to play shorthanded for reasons other than misconduct, and A, the player who left the field is permitted to return at the next stoppage of play, and B, the substitute for the player who left the field is permitted to enter the field at the next stoppage of play. Ruling: in A, legal. In B, illegal. 3-3-7, situation B. Team A is playing shorthanded with 10 players due to illegal equipment. A, player A2 runs onto the field during play. B, player A2 enters the field of play during a stoppage with the permission of the referee. C, player A2 enters the field at the next legal substitution opportunity. Ruling: in A, illegal, B, illegal, and C, legal. See Rule 3-3-3. Procedure for substitution. 3-4-1, situation A. Substitute A12 reports to the scorer as the kickoff takes place. 8 minutes elapse before the first opportunity for a substitution occurs. The referee beckons A12 onto the field, however, A12 is withdrawn by the coach of Team A. Ruling: substitute A12 is now a player because A12 was beckoned onto the field by the referee. Therefore, player A12 shall enter the game once beckoned. See Rule 3-3-6. 3-4-1, situation B. After a goal is scored, the coach for Team A sends substitute A2 directly into the game from the bench without reporting to the scorer for player A3. Ruling: illegal. See Rule 3-3-2. Goalkeeper change. 3-5-1, situation A. A goalkeeper reports to the scoring table and, when the ball is dead, is beckoned onto the field by a referee. The goalkeeper immediately takes position without verbally notifying a referee. As soon as the new goalkeeper handles the ball, the referee awards an indirect free kick. Ruling: incorrect. When a referee beckoned the goalkeeper from the scoring table, this was sufficient reporting or notifying of a referee. The goalkeeper is dressed in a different uniform and could be recognized by this attire. The referee should not have stopped play. 3-5-1 Situation B. Substitute goalkeeper A12 enters the game and starts the second half but fails to notify the referee. Ruling: the referee will give a verbal warning to goalkeeper A12 at the first stoppage of play. Rule 4. Player equipment. The NFHS does not perform scientific tests on any specific items of equipment to determine if the equipment poses undue risks to student athletes, coaches, officials, or spectators. Such determinations are the responsibility of equipment manufacturers. Each state association may, in keeping with applicable laws, authorize exceptions to NFHS playing rules to provide reasonable accommodations to individual participants with disabilities and/or special needs, as well as those individuals with unique and extenuating circumstances. The accommodations should not fundamentally alter the sport, heighten risk to the athlete or others, or place opponents at a disadvantage. Section 1. Required uniform. Article 1. The required player uniform includes a jersey, socks, shorts, suitable shoes, and shin guards. A. Equipment shall not be modified from its original manufactured state and shall be worn in the manner the manufacturer intended it to be worn, except socks, as in 414. B. Jerseys, shorts, and socks of teammates shall be of similar color, design, and pattern, except for goalkeepers. C. Only those names, patches, emblems, logos, or insignias referencing the school are permitted on the team jersey and/or shorts, as well as on visible undergarments and goalkeeper shorts or pants. The player's name may also appear on the team uniform. D. If visible apparel is worn under the jersey and/or shorts, it shall be of a similar length for an individual and a solid like color for the team. E. One manufacturer's logo or trademark or reference is permitted on the outside of each item except socks, as in 414E. Logos or trademark or references may not exceed 2 1/4 square inches and may not exceed 2 1/4 inches in any dimension. F. One American flag not to exceed 2 inches by 3 inches may be worn or occupy space on each item of uniform apparel. By state association adoption, to allow for special occasions, commemorative or memorial patches not to exceed 4 square inches may be worn on the jersey without compromising its integrity. G. It is also recommended that male players wear a supporter and protective cup. Article 2. Jersey. The visiting team shall wear solid white jerseys, and the home team shall wear dark jerseys. Dark is defined as any color which contrasts with white. A. All jerseys, including the goalkeeper's jersey, shall be numbered with a different Arabic number. The number shall be 1. A solid contrasting color to the jersey or shorts and clearly visible. 2. At least 6 inches in height on the back. 3. At least 4 inches in height on the front. 4. If a visible number is worn on the uniform bottom, it shall be the same number as on the uniform top. B. The goalkeeper jersey shall differ distinctly in color from that of any teammate or opposing field player. Article 3. Shorts. Team shorts shall be similar in design, pattern, and color. A. The goalkeeper's shorts or pants are not required to be the same color as teammates. Article 4. Socks. Socks may be modified, and A. shall both be the same color, B. shall be solid white for the visiting team, C. shall be a single dominant color but not necessarily the color of the jersey for the home team. D. If tape or a similar material such as stays or straps is applied externally to the socks above the ankle, it shall be of similar color as to that part of the sock to which it is applied. E. A manufacturer's logo trademark appearing on both sides of the socks is legal. F. The goalkeeper's socks are not required to be the same color as teammates, but shall differ in color from opposing field players. Article 5. Shin guards shall A. Provide adequate and reasonable protection. B. Be professionally manufactured, age and size appropriate. C. Not altered to decrease protection. B. Be worn under the socks and worn with the bottom edges no higher than 2 inches above the ankle. E. Meet the National Operating Committee on Standards for Athletic Equipment, or NOCSE standards, at the time of manufacture. The NOCSE mark and height range shall be permanently marked on the front of the shin guard. Article 6. Shoes. Shoes shall be worn by all participants in a game. Shoes with soles containing metal, such as aluminum, magnesium, titanium, etc., leather, rubber, nylon, or plastic cleats, studs, or bars, whether molded as part of the sole or detachable, are allowed as long as the referee does not consider the shoes to be dangerous. Note: when an illegally uniformed team is unable to correct the situation or cannot verify state association approval of the uniform, the game shall be played. The referee shall, however, notify the state association following the game. Section 2. Other Equipment. Article 1. It is recommended that team captains wear an upper arm band of a contrasting color. The captain's band, if worn, shall be worn on the upper arm. Article 2. It is recommended that substitutes wear distinguishing pinnies when warming up outside of the team area. Article 3. Hair control devices and other adornments in the hair that are securely fastened to the head and do not present a risk of injury to the player, teammates, or opponents are allowed. Article 4. Sweatbands and/or hair control devices may be worn on the head or wrist if made of soft material and do not pose risk to injury. Article 5. All permissible artificial limbs shall be padded with a closed cell, slow recovery foam padding no less than 1/2 inch thick. Article 6. Hearing aids worn in or behind the ears, including cochlear implants, are legal provided that the device does not create the threat of injury. Article 7. A tooth and mouth protector, intraoral, if worn, shall a. include an occlusal, protecting and separating the biting surfaces portion, b. include a labial, protecting the teeth and supporting structures portion, and c. cover the posterior teeth with adequate thickness. Notes: it is recommended that the protector be properly fitted, protecting the anterior or leading dental arch, and a. constructed from a model made from an impression of the individual's teeth, or b. constructed and fitted to the individual by impressing the teeth into the tooth and mouth protector itself. 2. State associations may deem a tooth and mouth protector required equipment. Article 8. A protective face mask may be worn by a player with a facial injury. The mask may be made of hard material but shall be worn molded to the face. A medical release for the injured player signed by an appropriate healthcare professional shall be available at the game site. Article 9. Soft padded headgear is permitted. Notes: 1. The use of soft padded headgear is permitted but not required. Schools, parents, and students are free to make assessments relative to this piece of equipment for use. The relevant ASTM standard can be found at www.astm.org/F2939-17E01.html. 2. No headgear can stop athletes from suffering concussions, and all sports should be played, coached, and officiated in recognition of that fact. See Appendix C, page 95. Article 10. Head coverings worn for religious reasons shall not be made of abrasive or hard materials and shall fit securely. Head coverings are not considered to be hair devices. Article 11. Wearable technology devices shall be securely fastened and not present a risk to the player, teammates, or opponents. Devices may be worn on the shoes or on the body under the uniform, but not worn on the arm. Note: medical appliances and/or medical devices are not considered wearable technology. Section 3. Illegal Equipment. Article 1. Illegal equipment shall not be worn by any player. This applies to any equipment which, in the opinion of the referee, is dangerous or confusing. Types of equipment which are illegal include but are not limited to the following: a. Projecting metal or other hard plates, or projections on clothing or person. b. Head, arm, thigh, or hip pads containing sole leather, fiber, metal, or any unyielding materials. c. Hard and unyielding items such as guards, casts, and braces on the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, or shoulder, unless covered, and shall be padded with a closed cell, slow recovery foam padding no less than 1/2 inch thick. d. Shin guards which have exposed sharp edges or that have been altered. e. Spectacle guards. f. Knee braces which are altered from the manufacturer's original design or production. Knee braces that are unaltered are legal and do not require any additional padding. g. Ankle braces which are altered from the manufacturer's original design or production. Non-metal ankle braces that are unaltered are legal and may be worn outside the sock. Ankle braces of metal or unyielding material that are unaltered are legal if covered by a sock. H. Hats, caps, or visors. Exceptions. 1. The goalkeeper may wear a soft-billed baseball-type hat or soft-billed visor. If worn in conjunction with a head protector, it is to be worn outside and may not be attached to the head protector. 2. By state association adoption, players may wear soft and yielding caps during inclement weather. Caps shall be alike in color. Note: the wearing of illegal uniforms or equipment is prohibited, even though the coaches of both teams may approve it. Article 2. Jewelry shall not be worn except for religious or medical medals. A religious medal or other religious item shall be taped to the body and worn under the uniform. B. A medical alert shall be taped and may be visible. Section 4. Coaches' Responsibilities. Article 1. Head coaches shall be responsible for ensuring that their team's players are properly and legally equipped, as in Rule 5.2.2d.4. Article 2. The head coach shall receive the first caution or yellow card issued to the team for an illegally equipped player, as in 18.1.1w. All subsequent cautions or yellow cards for illegal equipment shall be issued directly to the player and not to the head coach. Penalty. An illegally equipped player shall be instructed to leave the field of play when the ball next ceases to be in play. That player shall be removed from the field at the time of the caution issued to the coach or player and may be replaced. The removed player, if not replaced, may re-enter at the next legal substitution opportunity for that team, as in 3.3.3b. Article 3. Cautions are not issued for improperly equipped players, as in 18.1.1x. Penalty. If not immediately correctable, improperly equipped players shall be instructed to leave the field of play when the ball next ceases to be in play. The player may be replaced. The removed player, if not replaced, may re-enter at the next dead ball. Article 4. Play shall not be stopped for an infringement of this rule except when the referee may stop play immediately where there is a dangerous situation. Article 5. If a player is removed from the field for illegal or improper equipment and not replaced, the removed player may re-enter when allowed, as in Rule 4.4.2 and 4.4.3, and only after reporting to an official who shall be satisfied the player's equipment and uniform are in order. Situations and rulings on Rule 4, Player Equipment. Required uniform. 4.1.1 Situation A. Prior to the game, the referee recognizes that members of Team A are wearing red shorts with visible apparel under the shorts. A. Red compression shorts of similar length. B. White compression shorts. Or C. Multicolored sliding pants. Ruling: A. Legal. B. Legal. C. Illegal. 4.1.1 Situation B. Team A's goalkeeper is wearing a replica jersey from the Indianapolis Heat with the number 10 on the back. Ruling: illegal. Any name, patch, emblem, or insignia that represents any soccer club, soccer association, or sponsors, except for those that represent Team A's school, are prohibited. 4.1.1 Situation C. Home Team A is wearing blue shorts. 3 players of Team A are also wearing A. Visible blue arm sleeves, B. Visible blue leg sleeves. Ruling: A and B legal. 4.1.2 Situation A. Team A, the home team, is wearing striped jerseys that have 2 members of Team A wearing visible light red t-shirts beneath the jerseys. Ruling: legal. Comment: if visible apparel is worn under the jersey and or shorts, it shall be of similar length for an individual, all solid and of a light color for team members. See 4.1.1d. 4.1.2 Situation B. Prior to the game, the referee recognizes that Team A has 2 goalkeepers, one with a red jersey and the number 15 on the back and front, and one with a blue jersey with the number 15 on the back and front. Ruling: illegal. Comment: the goalkeepers shall have different numbers, and these should have been recorded on the roster. 4.1.2 Situation C. The visiting team has numbers in red on its shorts which match the numbers on their tops. Ruling: legal. Comment: a visible number worn on the uniform bottom shall be the same number as on the top. 4.1.2 Situation D. Player A2 desires to enter the game wearing A. a jersey with the same number as a teammate already in the game, B. A jersey similar but not identical to those of A2's teammates. Ruling in A, illegal. If A2 is mistakenly allowed to enter, A2 shall leave the game when the duplication is discovered. B. Legal, provided that the referee decides that the jersey provides sufficient contrast with the opponent's jersey. 4-1-2 Situation E. Team A arrives at the game site to play Team B, and the officials observe A. Team A does not have numbers on their jerseys. B. Team A has one player wearing a different colored shirt. Officials allow the game to be played. Ruling A. Team A shall correct uniform problems if possible. If it is not possible for Team A to correct the problem, the game shall be played. The referee shall report the situation to the state association. In B, the player shall correct the uniform problem before the player is allowed to participate in the game. 4-1-2 Situation F. Prior to the game, the referee recognizes that Team A, the visiting team, has A. Solid white jerseys with blue numbers on the front and red numbers on the back. B. A solid white jersey with multiple colored numbers on the front and back. C. A white jersey with red and blue piping on the collar and cuffs of the uniform and blue numbers on the front and red numbers on the back. Ruling A. Legal if clearly visible. B. Legal if clearly visible. C. Illegal. 4-1-3 Situation. During the game, the referee notices a goalkeeper wearing A. Shorts, B. Pants, and C. Padded goalkeeper pants. Ruling legal in A, B, and C. 4-1-4 Situation A. Player A1 is observed by the referee to be wearing socks that have been modified by A. Cutting off the foot of the sock, B. Cutting or tearing small holes in the back of the sock, exposing the calf, and C. Cutting a hole in the front of the sock, exposing the shin guard. Ruling A and B legal, C illegal. Comment: any visible material worn under the sock and above the ankle shall be of a similar color to the predominant color of the sock. 4-1-4 Situation B. Prior to the game, the referee recognizes that members of visiting Team A are wearing white jerseys and socks of a gold color, and home Team B is wearing socks and jerseys of a blue color. Ruling illegal, because the visiting team shall wear solid white jerseys, as in 4-1-2, and solid white socks. The visiting team needs to put on white socks. If unable to correct, the game shall be played and the referee shall notify the state association following the game. 4-1-4 Situation C. Prior to the game, the referee recognizes that A. The goalkeeper wears socks that match teammates. B. The goalkeeper wears socks that match opposing field players. Ruling in A. Legal, B. Illegal. Comment: it is not required that the socks of the goalkeeper match their team's socks, but shall be of a different color from the opposing team's socks. 4-1-4 Situation D. Player A from the home team enters the game wearing A. Two different colored socks, B. Striped socks where one stripe is the dominant color and not white, C. Predominantly blue socks with the top quarter of the socks pale blue. Ruling A. Illegal, B and C. Legal. Comment: both socks shall be the same single dominant color. Only the home team socks may be a color other than white. 4-1-4 Situation E. Player A enters the game wearing A. White socks with white tape or stays or straps, B. Blue socks with blue tape or stays or straps, C. Red socks with black tape or stays or straps, D. White socks with green tape or stays or straps, E. Red socks with white tape below the ankles. Ruling in A. Legal, B. Legal, C. Illegal, D. Illegal, and E. Legal. 4-1-4 Situation F. Upon arriving at the field, the referee notices that the visiting team has a likeness of its school mascot on the team's socks. The referee informs the coach about the socks being illegal parts of the uniform because visiting team socks shall be all white, and allows the game to be played. Ruling: the official was correct and shall report the uniform violation to the state association. See 4-1 note. 4-1-5 Situation. Player A begins the game as required with legal shin guards under the socks. During the first half, the referee observes the player removing the shin guards and throwing the shin guards to the bench area. Ruling: illegal. Player A is illegally equipped. 4-1-6 situation. The referee finds the player to be wearing A. Metal cleats, B. Plastic cleats, C. Baseball cleats, D. Track shoes with spikes, E. Turf shoes. Ruling: A. Legal, B. Legal, C. Illegal, D. Illegal, E. Legal if the referee determines them to be safe. Other equipment. 4-2-2 situation. During play, bench personnel are required by officials to wear pinnies while warming up outside the team area. Ruling: false. It is recommended but not required. 4-2-3 situation A. During team warm-ups, the officials notice a player on Team A wearing plastic beads at the end of long braids. The braids are A. pulled back and secured in a bun with an elastic hairband, B. free-flowing, allowing the braids with beads to sway back and forth as the player moves. Ruling: A. Legal, B. Improper equipment. Comment: hair control devices and other adornments in the hair that are securely fastened to the head and do not present a risk of injury to the player, teammates, or opponents are permitted. In B, the official shall notify the coach of Team A and allow the player to correct the improper equipment by securing the beads to the head to minimize risk of injury. 4-2-3 situation B. The referee observes player A1, wearing beads in the hair that are wrapped into a bun and secured to the head, B. A3 wearing commemorative ribbons in the hair, C. A4 wearing a feather woven into the hair. Ruling: legal in A, B, and C. Comment: hair adornments that are secured to the head so as not to create a safety hazard to the player, teammates, or opponents are legal. 4-2-3 situation C. During the game, the referee observes player A2 wearing beads on the end of an unsecured ponytail. Ruling: improper equipment. Comment: player A2 is wearing improper equipment because the hard adornments are not secured to the head. The referee shall not stop play and address player A2's equipment at the next stoppage unless the improper equipment presents a dangerous situation, as in 4-4-4. If A2 can immediately secure the ponytail with beads, then A2 may do so and is not required to leave the field. If player A2 cannot immediately correct the improper equipment, then the referee shall instruct A2 to leave the field and no caution is administered. See Rule 4-4-3. Player A2 may be replaced by a substitute. If Team A chooses to play short-handed, then A2 may re-enter at the next dead ball after reporting to an official, who shall be satisfied that A2's ponytail with the beads has been secured to the head in compliance with the rule. 4-2-4 situation. A2 is discovered on the field wearing A. a sweatband on the head, B. wrist sweatbands. Ruling: legal in A and B. 4-2-5 situation A. Substitute A12 comes on the field of play with A. an artificial limb, B. a knee brace. Ruling: A and B are legal if the equipment complies with the rules. See 4-3-1F. Note: the artificial limb and/or knee brace are to be checked by the referee prior to the game. 4-2-5 situation B. A player has an artificial limb that is padded with a closed cell, slow recovery foam padding no less than 1/2 inch thick. Ruling: legal. Comment: the artificial limb is padded with a closed cell, slow recovery foam padding no less than 1/2 inch thick. Note: each state association may have procedures in place for reasonable accommodations. Please check with your state office for these guidelines. 4-2-6 situation. A player enters the game wearing a hearing aid or cochlear implant in the ear. Ruling: legal. 4-2-7 situation. A player enters a game wearing an intraoral mouth protector. Ruling: legal. 4-2-8 situation. A player enters the game wearing A. a hockey face mask to protect an injury, B. a securely fastened insulin pump. Ruling: in A, illegal, B, legal. Comment: in A protective face mask can be worn, provided it is molded to the face. In B, the insulin pump may be worn provided that the referee determines that the insulin pump is not a hazard to the player or other players. 4-2-9 situation. During pre-game warm-up, the referee observes A5 is wearing A. a soft padded headband, B. soft padded headgear of an approved material, C. a hijab, yarmulke, or skull cap beanie. Ruling A and B legal. C legal if worn for religious reasons. Comment: the use of soft padded soccer headband or headgear is permitted but not required. Head coverings worn for religious purposes do not require prior state association approval. 4-11, Situation A. A player enters the game wearing A. Fitness tracker on the wrist, B. Workout heart rate monitor on the chest under the jersey, C. Pedometer integrated into the shoe, D. A vest with an integrated electronic performance tracking system under the jersey. Ruling illegal in A, even if covered. Legal in B, C, and D. Comment: all wearable technology devices shall be secured, not worn on the arm below the shoulder, and cannot create a safety hazard to the player, teammates, or opponents. Electronic performance tracking system devices are examples of wearable technology that may also communicate or transmit information. No electronic device may be used to communicate with the on-field players during the game, as prohibited by 12.9.1e. 4-11, Situation B. A player enters the game wearing a diabetic monitoring patch on the upper arm. Ruling legal. Medical appliances or devices are not considered wearable technology and may be worn on the arm so long as they do not pose any risk of injury or hazard to the player, teammates, or opponents. Illegal equipment. 4-3-1, Situation A. The referee observes A7 wearing A. A skull cap or cold weather beanie, B. Soft padded protective headgear, example, full 90, C. Soft build baseball cap. Ruling in A, legal, B, legal, C, illegal for field players but legal for the goalkeeper. 4-3-1, Situation B. A2 enters the game with an ankle brace made of hard material on the outside of the sock. Ruling illegal. The athlete shall cover the brace with the sock. Ankle braces made of metal or unyielding material are legal if covered by a sock. 4-3-1, Situation C. A player from Team A is wearing a flak jacket, a chest protector, or properly padded body brace under the jersey. Ruling legal as long as there are no exposed sharp edges. 4-3-1, Situation D. A. Team A has a goalkeeper wearing a head protector of an approved substance with an attached bill to shield the player's eyes from the sun. B. The goalkeeper wears a soft billed hat over the head protector. Ruling in A, illegal. Attached bills are not part of the approved head protector. B, legal as long as the hat is worn over the head protector. 4-3-1, Situation E. Team A appears on the field ready for play with faces and/or arms painted in an objectionable manner. Ruling illegal. The referee will require that the objectionable markings be removed or covered before allowing participation. 4-3-1, Situation F. A player enters the game wearing A. Prescription glasses, B. Protective sport eyewear. Ruling legal in A and B. Sport eyewear that is durable and lies flat to the face is legal. Note that game officials can declare any equipment illegal that is dangerous or confusing. 4-3-2, Situation. A player wears A. An earring, B. A rubber band to hold the hair back and a 2-inch ribbon over the rubber band, C. Taped body jewelry, D. A ring which cannot be removed, E. A single colored 2-inch headband, F. A medical bracelet taped but still visible on the wrist, G. A medical medal worn on a chain around the neck with the medal taped to the body. Ruling A. Illegal, B. Legal, C. Illegal, D. Illegal, E. Legal, F. Legal, and G. Legal. Coach's responsibilities. 4-4-1 Situation. Prior to the start of the contest, the referee meets with the team's head coaches and captains, and after reciting a sportsmanship message, asks both head coaches if their teams will be properly and legally equipped at the kickoff. Each coach answers in the affirmative. A. After the contest has started, player A is noticed to have a shin guard that has the Noxay seal indicating that the shin guard is undersized for the player's height. B. After the second half starts, player A is noticed to be wearing illegal jewelry. C. During the course of play, a knee brace is dislodged by a collision between two players. Ruling In A and B, player A1 is removed from the field because of illegal equipment. The player may be replaced by a substitute. If the team chooses to play shorthanded, player A cannot re-enter until the next legal substitution opportunity for player A's team. If it is the first offense for Team A, the coach of Team A is cautioned for the illegal equipment. If it is the second offense for Team A, player A1 is cautioned. In C, if the player can immediately correct the improper equipment, the player may do so and is not required to leave the field. If the player cannot immediately correct the improper equipment, the player is instructed to leave the field and is not cautioned. The player may be replaced by a substitute. If the team chooses to play shorthanded, the player may re-enter at the next dead ball after reporting to an official who shall be satisfied that the player's equipment complies with Rule 4. 4-4-4 situation. During play, a referee notices that the straps on a previously approved knee brace have come loose while the player continues to play. A referee allows play to continue until the ball is out of play. Ruling legal. By a referee's judgment, if an immediate dangerous situation does not exist, the referee can wait until the next stoppage in play before removing the player from the field for being improperly equipped or having the player secure the loose straps. Rule 5. The Officials. Section 1. General. Article 1. The game officials shall be a head referee and a referee in a dual system of officiating, a head referee and 2 assistant referees in a diagonal system of officiating, or a center referee and 2 side referees in a double dual system of officiating, assisted by a timer, scorer, and at least 2 ball holders. An additional 4th official can also be used for the 3 referee system. See 4th Official Sample Guidelines. Note, if a state high school association chooses not to select one system, competing schools may do so by prior mutual agreement. Suggested mechanics are included in the back of this book for the dual, double dual, and diagonal systems of officiating. Article 2. The jurisdiction of the officials shall begin on arrival at the field of play and its immediate surroundings to begin official responsibilities, which shall be no later than 15 minutes prior to the start of the game and end with the officials leaving the field of play and its immediate surroundings. The officials shall enforce the rules and their decisions on points of fact are final. The officials can only correct a decision so long as the game has not been restarted. The officials retain clerical authority over the contest through the completion of any reports, including those imposing ejections that are responsive to actions occurring while the referees had jurisdiction. State associations may intercede in the event of unusual incidents that occur before, during, or after the official's jurisdiction has ended, or in the event that a contest is terminated prior to the conclusion of regulation play. Protests of NFHS rules are not recognized. The officials shall not use any form of alcohol, tobacco, or controlled or illicit substances for non-medicinal purposes beginning with arrival at the competition site until departure following the completion of the contest. Article 3. The officials shall be dressed alike in the uniforms primarily consisting of a shirt approved by the state association. In the event of a color conflict between the officials and the field players of either team, the officials shall change to a jersey of a color distinct from the field players of both teams. B. Black shorts or long trousers. C. Predominantly black shoes and black knee socks with white horizontal stripes. D. 2 whistles, a yellow card, a red card, stopwatch, flipping coin, pencil, and scorecard. E. A solid black cap if worn. F. Unless otherwise prohibited by the state association, electronic communication devices may be used by officials to communicate. Section 2. Pre-game responsibilities. Article 1. Officials shall be in uniform at the site of the game no less than 15 minutes before the scheduled starting time. The head referee or center referee shall conduct a pre-game conference briefly reviewing the duties of all officials. Article 2. The head referee or center referee shall a. Inspect and approve the game balls, field of play, and nets, inquire about local ground rules, and determine if a fair game can be started. B. Verify the assistant referees or side referees, ball holders, official scorer, and timer. C. Review specific duties with scorer, timer, and assistant referees or side referees. D. Conduct a pre-game conference with the head coach and team captains to 1. Review pertinent rules, 2. Address good sportsmanship, 3. Conduct a coin toss at least 5 minutes before the scheduled starting time of the game. The visiting team captain shall call the coin while it is in the air. The winner of the toss shall choose a goal to defend or to kick off first. The loser of the toss shall be given the remaining choice. 4. Inquire of each head coach whether the players will be properly and legally equipped at the kickoff. Any questions regarding legality of a player's equipment shall be determined by the head referee or the center referee. Article 3. The referee, assistant referees, or side referees shall A. Assist the head referee or center referee in inspecting the game balls and field of play. B. Review duties and responsibilities with ball holders. C. Assist with the pre-game conference with team captains. Section 3. During the game. Article 1. The officials shall A. Sound the whistle to stop, start, or restart as necessary. B. When signaling, use the official NFHS soccer signals. The referee also shall signal when the clock is to be stopped and confirm for the scorekeeper the players to be credited with goals. C. Sound the whistle when the entire ball crosses a touchline or goal line unless it is obvious that the ball is out of play. D. Call out "play on" and, with an underswing of one or both arms, indicate a foul which was observed but shall go unpenalized because penalizing the offending team would give an advantage to the offending team. If the referee applies the advantage which was anticipated but does not develop at that time, the referee shall penalize the original offense. E. Hold a yellow card with arm fully extended above the referee's head and indicate the player or coach being carded and notify both coaches, the scorer, and other officials of the nature of the misconduct, as in Rule 12-4. F. Hold a red card with arm fully extended above the referee's head and indicate the player or coach being carded and notify both coaches, the scorer, and other officials of the nature of the misconduct, again as in Rule 12-4. G. If a player, coach, or bench personnel is being ejected for a subsequent act of misconduct, the referee will show a yellow card indicating the subsequent caution, followed immediately by showing a red card. H. Signal the clock to be stopped or started. I. Terminate or suspend the game for any infringements of the rules. J. Confirm all scores with the scorer. K. Not set aside or question decisions made by the other referees within the limits of the referee's respective outlined duties. L. Notify the captains when play is about to begin at the start of the game, following an intermission, or timeout for injury. Article 2. The head referee or center referee shall A. Determine whether a goal shall count if the officials disagree. B. Have the authority to terminate a game when stated rule and conditions warrant. C. Decide matters upon which the timers or scorers disagree. D. At the end of each half, check and approve the score. E. Have the authority to suspend, play, or terminate the game whenever the elements, spectators, or other causes require, as in Rule 7.1.3. F. Keep time and score of game when no other means are available. G. Have the power to make decisions on any point not specifically covered in the rules. H. Confirm or overrule the assistant referee's signals in a diagonal system of control only. I. Instruct the timer to correct the clock when necessary. Section 4. After the game. Article 1. The head referee or center referee shall A. Verify the score. B. Report in writing any ejections and unusual incidents to the proper authorities. Situations and rulings for Rule 5, the officials. General 5.1.2 Situation A. The home team has video equipment to tape and replay the game action. The coach A. Plays a tape to players after the game. B. Plays tape at halftime interval for coaching purposes. C. Asks the referee to review tape for evidence in the case of a disallowed goal. Ruling A. Legal. B. Legal. C. Illegal. See Rule 12.5.1e. 5.1.2 Situation B. Approximately 1/2 hour prior to the kickoff, the referee inspects the field and notices that neither portable goal is properly secured. The referee addresses the home coach and requests that the coach address the problem. Ruling: This is legal since the referee's authority exists as soon as the referee is in the immediate vicinity of the field. 5-1-3 situation. A. The official starts the game with a shirt that matches the goalkeeper of one of the teams but not the field players. B. The official starts the game with a shirt that matches the field players of one of the teams. Ruling in A. Legal. B. Illegal. The officials shall change the color of their shirts. During the game. 5-3-1 situation A. During a shot on goal, field player B2 in the penalty area reaches out and deflects the ball with the hands. A2 kicks the free ball and it A. goes into the goal, B. does not go into the goal. Ruling in A. Award the goal and caution B2 for unsporting conduct. In B. Call handling. Award a penalty kick and eject B2 for serious foul play. See Rules 12.5.1f, Section 12, 13 and 14, Rule 12.6.1b, and 14.1.1. 5-3-1 Situation B. Near the end of the first half, the visiting coach is cautioned by a referee for unsportsmanlike conduct. The coach continues to indicate by gestures dissatisfaction with the referee's decision. Ruling, the coach shall be ejected and removed from the vicinity of the playing area. The coach shall be prohibited from further contact, direct or indirect, with the team members during the remainder of the game. Failure to comply shall result in termination of the game. The incident shall be reported in writing to the proper authorities by the head referee. See Rules 5.4.1b and 12.4.4. 5-3-1 Situation C. Player A2 is fouled just outside the opponent's penalty area. The referee signals visibly and verbally, "Play on." A2 then stumbles and within a couple of seconds falls to the ground. B. A2 keeps the ball and gets off a shot that sails wide of the goal. C. A2 manages to continue and is immediately fouled again, this time within the penalty area. The referee whistles and awards a direct free kick from the point of the original foul. Ruling in A. Correct. The advantage did not materialize and the foul shall be penalized. B. Incorrect. The advantage was gained even though the shot missed. And C. Incorrect. Since the advantage was realized by allowing A2 to continue, and A2 was then fouled within the penalty area, a penalty kick is awarded to Team A. 5-3-2 Situation A. Due to A. Extremely humid conditions, B. Thunderstorms, C. A power failure, the officials temporarily suspend play. Ruling legal in A, B, and C. Officials may suspend play due to the elements or emergencies. If the adverse conditions continue, see 7.1.3 for options. 5-3-2 Situation B. The game is terminated by the head referee due to a fight among players of both teams and A. The team trailing started the fight, B. The team leading started the fight, and C. The score is tied. Ruling in A, B, and C, no winner is declared by the official, and all conditions regarding the incident shall be reported to the proper authorities in writing. See Rule 5.4.1. 5-3-2 Situation C. When an official timer is not available, the head referee will count down the last 10 seconds of each period of play. Ruling incorrect procedure. 5-3-2 Situation D. After Team A scores a goal, the head referee notices that the clock was not stopped. The referee determines that there is a discrepancy between the official time and the scoreboard time and instructs the timer to correct the clock. Ruling legal. 5-3-2 Situation E. Team A is awarded an indirect free kick for a foul just outside the penalty area. The referee fails to raise a hand to indicate an indirect free kick, and Team A shoots the ball directly into Team B's goal. Ruling improper. Comment: the referee failed to raise a hand, indicating an indirect free kick. Therefore, the team should be awarded a retake of the indirect free kick. See Rule 13.3.4. 5-3-2 Situation F. A spectator or spectators have consistently interfered with game management. The head referee stops the match and A. escorts the spectators away from the field, B. asks the game site manager to address the behaviors and asks them to stop, C. terminates the match when the spectators don't leave and the behaviors persist. Ruling in A. illegal, B. legal, C. legal. Comment: Game management personnel are responsible for spectators and removal of individuals who interfere with play. Referees have the authority to suspend play or terminate the game whenever required. After the game, 5-4-1 situation. The head referee terminates the game due to an altercation. The head referee reports the termination in writing to the proper authorities. Ruling, correct procedure. Rule 6. Ball holders, timer, and scorer. Section 1. Ball holders. Article 1. At least 2 ball holders shall be provided by the home team. If the home team cannot provide ball holders, the visiting team may. Article 2. Ball holders are under the direct supervision of the officials, whom shall assist by carrying an extra game ball and retrieving balls which cross boundary lines. Section 2. Timer. Article 1. The home school timer shall be the official timer. However, by mutual agreement of opposing coaches or by State High School Association adoption, the official time may be kept by the head referee. Article 2. The official timer shall use a visible timing device. The official time may be kept on a stadium clock. Article 3. The official timer shall a. Start or stop the timing device as per Rule 7.4. b. Signal to the officials when substitutions are to be made. c. Count down verbally the last 10 seconds of each period of play to the nearest official. d. Be aware of the position of the ball when it becomes dead. e. Signal when time for a period has expired. f. Signal the last 2 minutes of any period when applicable. g. Signal the last 2 minutes before the end of the interval between periods. Section 3. Scorer. Article 1. The home school shall designate the official scorer. However, by mutual agreement of opposing coaches or by the State High School Association adoption, the official score may be kept by the head referee. Article 2. The scorer shall a. Verify that each team's complete roster, first and last name, and number of each player and substitute, bench personnel, and coaches is submitted at least 5 minutes prior to the kickoff. b. Record all scores. c. Record the number and reason for all cautions or yellow cards and ejections or red cards. d. After a substitute has reported to the scorer, have the timer signal to the officials the first time the substitution is possible. e. Obtain the head referee's verification of the score. Article 3. By State Association adoption, a fourth official may be appointed to assume the duties of the scorer. The fourth official is under the jurisdiction of the head referee and performs those duties as assigned. Rule 7. Duration of the game and length of periods. Section 1. Length of periods. Article 1. 2 equal halves of 40 minutes each shall be played unless, by State High School Association adoption, 4 equal quarters of 20 minutes each are specified. Article 2. Periods may be shortened by State High School Association adoption or, if mutually agreed upon or in any emergency, by agreement of coaches or ordered by the head referee, provided it is determined to shorten the periods before the game or before the second half begins and all remaining periods are the same length. Article 3. In the event a game is suspended because of conditions which make it impossible to continue play, the head referee shall declare it an official game if one complete half or more of the game has been played, unless otherwise set forth by State Association adoption. If less than one half of the game has been played, the game may be rescheduled from the start or restarted from the suspension of play according to State Association adoption. See Rule 18.1.1 T. Article 4. A period shall end at the expiration of time. Exception. Play shall be extended beyond the expiration of a period in regulation time and overtime to permit a penalty kick to be completed. Article 5. By State Association adoption, a goal differential may be established whereby, at the end of the first half, if one team has gained the established goal differential, or if it secures such differential during the second half, the game shall be ended. Section 2. Intervals between periods. Article 1. The halftime interval shall be 10 minutes unless opposing coaches mutually agree to a different length. Article 2. The interval between the first and second quarters and the third and fourth quarters shall be a maximum of 2 minutes. Article 3. Between each period, teams shall exchange ends and alternate the kickoff. Section 3. Tie games. Article 1. Regular season games which are tied at the end of 80 minutes of play may be resolved by procedures adopted by state high school associations. Note: no overtime procedures shall exceed 20 minutes of play during the regular season. See sample tie-breaking procedures on page 89. Article 2. The interval between the fourth period or second half and the first overtime period, if permitted by state high school association rules, shall be 5 minutes. The interval between the first overtime period and a second overtime period shall be 2 minutes. Section 4. Timeout and in. Article 1. The clock shall be stopped for an injury, for a penalty kick, for cautioning or yellow card, for ejections or red card, following the scoring of a goal, and when a referee orders the clock to be stopped. Article 2. The clock shall be restarted when the ball is properly put into play. Article 3. The clock shall be stopped when a substitute by the team in the lead is beckoned onto the field in the final 5 minutes of regulation or overtime. Section 5. Play. Article 1. If a team refuses to play after being instructed to do so, the game is terminated and the referee shall report the situation to the state association. Situations and rulings on Rule 7, duration of the game and length of periods. Length of periods, 7-1-3, Situation A. A. The referee terminates a game due to spectator interference with 5 minutes remaining in the first half and Team A leading 2-0. The referee declares Team A to be the winner. Or B. The referee terminates a game due to misbehavior by the coach of Team B 10 minutes into the second half. Team B is ahead 2-1. The referee declares Team A to be the winner because Team B caused the termination. Ruling: incorrect in both A and B. The referee may not determine the outcome of a terminated game, but shall report the situation to the state association. 7-1-3, Situation B. At halftime, the referee suspends the game due to inclement weather. It is determined that the game is not able to be completed that day. The game is A. considered complete, B. rescheduled from the start, or C. rescheduled from the point of suspension. Ruling: correct in A. B and C are also permissible if adopted by the state association. 7-1-4, Situation. A penalty kick has been awarded A. when time expires, or B. with 2 seconds remaining in the game. The penalty kick is taken, but the ball is deflected by the goalkeeper and is shot back into the goal by a teammate of the kicker. Ruling: no goal is scored in A, since the try ends when the kick is taken, the ball goes out of bounds, or its momentum is spent. A goal is scored in B if the ball enters the goal prior to the expiration of time. See 14-1-6. Timeout and in. 7-4-2, Situation. The referee whistles to indicate play to restart after a goal, at which time the timekeeper restarts the clock. Ruling: incorrect. The clock restarts when the ball is properly put into play, not when the whistle blows. 7-4-3, Situation. Team A is leading in the final 4 minutes of the second overtime. A2 checks in and enters the game as a substitute for A3. The referee stops the clock and beckons A2 onto the field. Ruling: correct procedure. Comment: the referee shall stop the clock once the substitute is beckoned onto the field in the final 5 minutes of regulation or overtime play, as in Rule 3-4-3. Rule 8. The start of play. Section 1. Kickoff. Article 1. When the referee signals with a whistle, a kickoff shall initiate play at the start of each period and after goals. Article 2. At the moment of the kickoff, all players, except the player taking the kickoff, shall be in their own team's half of the field. Players opposing the kicker shall be at least 10 yards from the ball until it is kicked. Article 3. The ball is in play once it is kicked and clearly moves in any direction. If the kickoff is taken improperly, it shall be retaken. Article 4. After the kickoff, the ball may be played by any player except the one who kicked it. The kicker may not play the ball until it has been played or touched by another player of either team. Penalty: an indirect free kick awarded to the opponent at the spot of the foul. Situation and ruling. Rule 8. The start of play. Kickoff. 8-1-3, Situation. Team A prepares to kick off and the ball is moved backward to a teammate. Ruling: legal. Play continues. Rule 9. Ball in and out of play. Section 1. Ball in and out of play. Article 1. The ball is out of play when A. It has completely crossed a goal line or touch line, whether on the ground or in the air. B. The ball touches an official and remains on the field and 1. A team starts a promising attack, or 2. Goes directly into the goal, or 3. Possession changes. Article 2. The ball is in play at all other times, including A. When it rebounds from a goalpost, crossbar, or corner flag post. B. When it touches an official on the field of play, except in 9(1)(1)(b). C. Until a referee sounds the whistle. D. When a dropped ball touches the ground. E. When a player who has left the field in the normal course of play plays the ball while it is still on the field of play. Article 3. The referee shall sound the whistle when needed to indicate that the ball is out of play or for a foul. As soon as the ball is in position to be played, it may be played without a second whistle. A second whistle is required to restart play for the taking of a penalty kick, after a substitution is made, after a caution, ejection, or injury, and after setting a wall prior to a free kick. Section 2. Drop ball. Article 1. The game is restarted with a drop ball, A. When the ball is caused to go out of bounds by 2 opponents simultaneously. B. When the ball becomes deflated. C. Following a temporary suspension of play for an injury or unusual situation, except as noted in 14(1)(7). D. When simultaneous fouls of the same degree occur by opponents. E. When the ball touches an official, as per 9(1)(1)(b). Article 2. The ball should be dropped at the location where it became dead, unless this is within the goal area, in which case it shall be dropped on that part of the goal area line which runs parallel to the goal line nearest the location where the ball was when play was stopped. If the ball was caused to go out of bounds by 2 opponents simultaneously, the ball is dropped 5 yards inside the boundary line to 1 player of the team in possession of the ball prior to the simultaneous touch, unless this is in the goal area. Article 3. The ball is dropped by an official from waist level to the ground. The referee drops the ball to 1 player of the team that last possessed the ball at the position where it was last touched by a player, an outside agent, or match official. If, when play was stopped, the ball was in the penalty area, or the last touch by either team was in the penalty area, the ball is dropped to the defending team's goalkeeper, with all opposing players outside the penalty area. In all cases, all other players shall remain at least 4 yards from the ball until it is in play. Article 4. The ball shall touch the ground before it is played. Article 5. The ball shall be dropped again if it touches a player before it touches the ground or leaves the field of play after it touches the ground without touching a player. Article 6. If a dropped ball enters the goal without touching at least 2 players, play is restarted with a goal kick if it enters the opponent's goal, or a corner kick if it enters the team's own goal. Situations and rulings on Rule 9, Ball in and out of play. Ball in and out of play. 9(1)(2), Situation A. A pass by A2 to A3 strikes the referee, A, who is on the field of play, or B, who is straddling the touchline, the ball being inbounds, or C, who is off the field of play. The pass in both A and B is controlled by B2. Ruling: in A and B, play is restarted for Team A with a drop ball where the ball struck the referee. In C, the ball left the field of play before striking the referee and play is restarted as dictated by the rules. 9(1)(2), Situation B. An indirect free kick strikes an official while on the field of play, and then A continues into the goal otherwise untouched, or B rebounds to a player who is onside and who then kicks it into the goal. Ruling: in A, restart with a goal kick. A goal cannot be scored after striking the referee and going into the goal without being touched by another player after touching the official. In B, a restart with a drop ball should occur as a promising attack started after the referee was struck, as per 9(2)(3). 9(1)(2), Situation C. Player B takes a direct free kick. An official, while A in the penalty area or B on the field but not in the penalty area, is struck by the ball which rebounds into the opponent's goal. In A, no goal. Play is restarted with a drop ball to the goalkeeper. B, no goal, and play is restarted for Team B where the ball struck the referee. 9-1-2 Situation A. A direct free kick foul has been committed outside the penalty area. The official sounded the whistle and signaled a direct free kick. The kicking team takes the kick quickly and scores, but the defenders claim the goal should not be counted because there was no second whistle. Ruling: the goal counts. No second whistle is required. 9-1-3 Situation B. Team A is awarded a free kick. Player A requests an official to direct player B to move away from the ball the required 10 yards. Ruling: correct procedure, as in 13-3-1. Note: play shall be restarted by a second whistle. Drop ball. 9-2-1 Situation A. The referee inadvertently sounds the whistle when the ball is A, in the penalty area, or B, outside the penalty area. Ruling: in A, play is restarted with a drop ball to the goalkeeper where the ball was when the whistle sounded, and B, play is restarted with a drop ball to the team which last played the ball where the ball was when the whistle sounded. See Rule 9-2-3. 9-2-1 Situation B. The ball becomes deflated. The referee stops play and restarts with a drop ball to the team that last played the ball at the spot where the ball was last played. Ruling: legal. See 14-1-7. 9-2-1 Situation C. Player A2 kicks the ball forward and the ball is simultaneously played out of bounds by A3 and B3. The game will be restarted with a drop ball 5 yards from the boundary line to a player of Team A. Ruling: legal. See Rules 9-2-2 and 9-2-3. Comment: if the restart location is inside the penalty area, the ball is dropped to the defending team's goalkeeper. 9-2-1 Situation D. Player A2 kicks the ball forward and the ball is simultaneously played by A3 and B3, both of whom commit simultaneous fouls. The referee restarts play with a drop ball at the spot of the fouls for a player of Team A. Ruling: legal. Again, see Rules 9-2-2 and 9-2-3. The game will be restarted with a drop ball for simultaneous fouls at the spot where the ball struck the opponents. 9-2-2 Situation. Player A2 kicks the ball forward and the ball is simultaneously played out of bounds by A3 and B3. What is the restart? Ruling: a drop ball to a player from Team A shall be the restart. This drop ball shall be awarded 5 yards inside the field of play from the boundary line where it was simultaneously touched by A3 and B3. 9-2-3 Situation A. The referee inadvertently sounds the whistle with the ball in the penalty area. To restart play, the referee drops the ball to the goalkeeper, who picks it up after the ball touches the ground. Ruling: legal. 9-2-3 Situation B. The referee has ruled that a drop ball to player A1 shall be used to restart the game following an unusual situation. Where must the Team B players be located? Ruling: all Team B players shall be at least 4 yards from the ball until it is back in play. 9-2-3 Situation C. Player A kicks the ball while in the opponent's penalty area. The ball deflects off the referee in the penalty area and A goes into the goal. B goes to A2's teammate, who then scores a goal. C, the ball goes to defender B2. D, goes directly back to A2 at the spot where A2 kicked the ball. Or E, deflects to a spot where A2 now has a scoring opportunity. Ruling: in A, B, C, and E, play is restarted with a drop ball to the goalkeeper on Team B where the ball touched the referee. In D, play continues as there was no change in possession, no goal scored, and no development of a promising attack. 9-2-3 Situation D. Attacking player A2 kicks the ball from either inside or outside the opponent's penalty area. The ball strikes the referee and deflects over the goal line and not into the goal. The referee restarts play with a goal kick. Ruling: the ball remained in play after striking the referee but did not change possession. A promising attack did not develop and the ball did not enter the goal. The ball crossed the goal line and the restart is a goal kick. 9-2-3, situation E. Defender B2, either inside or outside B2's penalty area, kicks the ball and it hits the referee. The ball is deflected over the goal line and not into the goal. The referee restarts play with a corner kick. Ruling: the ball remained in play after striking the referee but did not change possession. A promising attack did not develop and the ball did not enter the goal. Restart is a corner kick. Rule 10. Scoring. Section 1. Goals. Article 1. A goal is scored when the entire ball passes beyond the goal line, between the goalposts and under the crossbar, provided it has not been deliberately thrown, carried, or propelled by the hand or arm of a player of the attacking team. Article 2. A goal may be scored directly from a kickoff, B. direct free kick, C. goal kick, D. penalty kick, E. corner kick, F. goalkeeper's punt or drop kick. Article 3. A goal may not be scored directly from A or N. A. indirect free kick, B. throw-in, C. direct free kick into a team's own goal, D. goal kick into a team's own goal, E. corner kick into a team's own goal, F. kickoff into the kicking team's own goal, G. dropped ball, H. goalkeeper's throw into the opponent's goal. Section 2. Forfeits. Article 1. The score of a forfeited game shall be 1-0 if the game is not started. The score is tied or the offending team is ahead at that time. If the offending team is behind at the time of the forfeit, the score at that time is the final score. Section 3. Winner. Article 1. The winning team is the team scoring the greater number of goals during the game. Situation and ruling on Rule 10, scoring. Goals 10-1-1. Situation. The goalkeeper, while holding the ball within the goalkeeper's own penalty area, A. throws the ball into the opponent's goal, or B. throws or drops the ball into the goalkeeper's own goal. Ruling: in A, no goal is awarded, and play is restarted with a goal kick. In B, a goal is awarded to the opposing team and play is restarted with a kickoff for the goalkeeper's team. Rule 11. Offside. Section 1. Offside. Article 1. A player is in an offside position when nearer to the opponent's goal line than the ball unless A. the player is in the player's own half of the field of play, or B. the player is not nearer to the opponent's goal line than at least two opponents. Note: the position of any part of the player's head, body, or feet will be the deciding factor, not the player's arms below the bottom of the armpit. Article 2. A player shall not be penalized for being in an offside position if the ball is received directly from a goal kick, a corner kick, or a throw-in. Article 3. It is not an offense in itself to be in an offside position. Article 4. A player is offside and penalized if, at the time the ball touches or is played by a teammate, the player in an offside position becomes involved in active play by A. interfering with play or with an opponent, or B. gaining an advantage by being in that position. Penalty: indirect free kick at the spot of the infraction, subject to provisions in 13(1)(3). Article 5. A player in an offside position receiving the ball from an opponent who deliberately plays the ball, except from a deliberate save, is not considered to have gained an advantage. A. To deliberately play the ball, the player shall have time and space and sufficient sight of the ball to control the ball with the possibility of 1. passing the ball to a teammate, or 2. gaining possession of the ball, or 3. clearing the ball. B. A save is when a player stops or attempts to stop a ball which is going into or very close to the goal with any part of the body except the hands or arms, unless this is the goalkeeper within the penalty area. Situations and rulings on Rule 11, Offside. Offside. 11-1-2, Situation A. A defender on Team B, with the goalkeeper out of position, heads the ball out, but in doing so falls into the goal. A3 gets the ball and passes it to A2, who has only the goalkeeper to beat. Ruling: the defender on Team B left the field during the normal movement of play. The defender cannot create an offside by stepping off the field, therefore A2 is not offside. 11-1-2, Situation B. A2, after having made a play on goal, leaves the field of play as a result of normal movement of play. A2 remains outside the field of play, which indicates A2 will take no further part in the attacking maneuver, and A3 then scores a goal. Ruling: goal. A2 left the field during the normal movement of play, and since no advantage was gained, A2 is not offside. 11-1-2, situation C. An offensive player steps off the field to avoid being offside. Ruling: legal, if the player left the field for the sole purpose of not being offside. If, after leaving the field, the player distracts an opponent or assists a teammate, it is an infraction. 11-1-2, situation D. A2 is in an offside position with only the goalkeeper between A2 and the goal. The ball is in possession of team A at midfield in the offensive half of the field. A2 is just outside the penalty area and is making no attempt to enter into play. Ruling: there is no violation, but if the ball should be played to A2, then an offside would be called. 11-1-2, situation E. Player A2 attacks on the offensive half of the field. A2's teammates on the front line move into support positions. The defensive team uses an offside trap, putting A2's teammates in an offside position. Player A2 continues the dribble through the defense and scores. Ruling: goal. The players in the offside position did not participate in the play as A2 maintained possession of the ball. 11-1-3, situation A. A2, in an offside position, receives the ball directly from A, A3, or B, B2, who is participating in a drop ball situation. Ruling: in A, offside. In B, not offside because the ball was deliberately played by an opponent. 11-1-3, situation B. While participating in a drop ball, A is called offside by the official. Ruling: a player participating in a drop ball cannot be called offside. 11-1-4, situation A. A10, in an offside position, receives a ball that was deliberately played by B3. Ruling: not offside, because the ball was deliberately played by an opponent. 11-1-4, situation B. A10, in an offside position, receives the ball after it was saved and rebounded from the goalkeeper. Ruling: offside, because the ball came from a deliberate save. 11-1-4, situation D. A10, in an offside position, receives a header from B7, who had time and space to make a controlled play on the ball. Ruling: not offside. Comment: the player is not offside because the ball was deliberately played by an opponent who had time and space to make a controlled play on the ball. 11-1-4, situation E. A10 is in an offside position. B1 is a player in a wall defending a free kick. A2 kicks the ball, which deflects off of B1 to A10. B1 made no attempt to play the ball. Ruling: A10 is offside, as B1 did not deliberately play the ball. 11-1-4, situation F. A player in an offside position returns to the player's half of the field and receives the ball directly from a teammate. Ruling: offside. Rule 12, Fouls and Misconduct. Section 1, Conditional Direct Free Kick Fouls. Article 1. A direct free kick is awarded if a player commits any of the following offenses while the ball is in play against an opponent in a manner considered by the referee to be careless, reckless, or using excessive force. Article 2. Charge. A player shall not unfairly charge an opponent. A. A fair charge is where players make shoulder-to-shoulder contact in an upright position within playing distance of the ball, having at least 1 foot on the ground and the player's arms held close to the body. B. A player shall not charge into opponent when neither player is within playing distance of the ball. C. A player shall not in any manner charge the goalkeeper in possession of the ball in the penalty area unless the goalkeeper is obstructing the player or dribbling the ball with the feet. 1. Possession or control of the ball includes any time the goalkeeper has the ball trapped by either or both hands, or when bouncing it to the ground, or when releasing the ball into play. 2. Outside the penalty area, the goalkeeper has no more privileges than any other player. Article 3. Jumps at. A player shall not jump at an opponent. Article 4. Kicks or attempts to kick. A player shall not kick or attempt to kick an opponent. Article 5. Push. A player shall not push an opponent with the hands or arms extended from the body. Article 6. Strike or attempts to strike. A player shall not strike or attempt to strike an opponent, including headbutt. A. A goalkeeper shall not strike an opponent by throwing or kicking the ball at an opponent or by pushing an opponent with the ball while holding it. Article 7. Tackle or challenge. A tackle is a specific type of challenge done with the feet. Normally, a player can fairly challenge an opponent or tackle the ball away from an opponent. Doing either of these two acts with contact that is unfair, i.e. careless, reckless, or with excessive force, is a foul. Article 8. Trip or attempts to trip. A player shall not trip or attempt to trip an opponent. A. This includes tripping or attempting to trip an opponent by use of the legs, or by stooping in front of or behind an opponent in such a manner as to cause a fall or loss of balance. Article 9. If an offense involves contact, it is penalized by a direct free kick. A. Careless is when a player shows a lack of attention or consideration when making a challenge or acts without precaution. No further disciplinary sanction is needed. B. Reckless is when a player acts with disregard to the danger to or consequences for an opponent and shall be cautioned. C. Using excessive force is when a player exceeds the necessary use of force and or endangers the safety of an opponent and shall be ejected. Section 2. Additional direct free kick fouls. Article 1. A direct free kick is awarded if a player commits any of the offenses in this section while the ball is in play. Article 2. Handling. A player shall be penalized for deliberately handling, carrying, striking, or propelling the ball with an arm or hand. Exception: the goalkeeper when the ball is within the team's own penalty area. A. For the purposes of determining handling offenses, the upper boundary of the arm is in line with the bottom of the armpit. B. A player shall be penalized for handling if the player scores in the opponent's goal directly from the hand or arm, even if accidental, including by the goalkeeper. C. A player shall be penalized for handling if the player scores in the opponent's goal immediately after the ball has touched the player's hand or arm, even if accidental. Article 3. Spitting. A player shall not spit at an opponent. Article 4. Holding. A player shall not hold an opponent. Section 3. Indirect free kicks. Article 1. An indirect free kick is awarded if a player commits any of the offenses in this section. Article 2. The goalkeeper in possession of the ball shall not be interfered with or impeded in any manner by an opponent. This includes the act of bouncing the ball or dropping the ball for a kick, or attempting to throw the ball or tossing the ball in the air to recatch. When goalkeepers put the ball on the ground, they relinquish privileges as a goalkeeper. Article 3. Restrictions on the goalkeeper. A. 6 seconds. The goalkeeper has 6 seconds in which to release the ball into play from the moment the goalkeeper takes control of the ball with the hands when playing as a goalkeeper within the goalkeeper's own penalty area. 1. During that interval, the goalkeeper may hold the ball, bounce it, or throw it into the air and catch it. Once the ball has been released into play, the goalkeeper may not touch it again with the hands until it has been played or touched by another player of the same team outside the penalty area, or by a player of the opposing team either inside or outside of the penalty area. B. Repossession. After releasing the ball from possession, a goalkeeper may touch or receive the ball with their hands only under the following conditions. 1. The ball has been played or touched by another player of the opposing team inside or outside the penalty area. 2. The ball has been touched by a member of the same team outside of the penalty area and not deliberately kicked or thrown to the goalkeeper. On any occasion, when a player deliberately kicks the ball to the team's own goalkeeper, the goalkeeper is not permitted to touch it with the hands. C. A goalkeeper shall not touch the ball with the hands when receiving it directly from a throw-in by a teammate. Note: players may not use trickery. Example: players may not flick the ball with the feet to their own head, chest, or knee, and then pass it to the team's own goalkeeper who touches it with the hands. Penalty: indirect free kick, awarded to the opponent at the spot of the violation unless it is in the goal area. D. Handling. The goalkeeper has the same restrictions on handling the ball as any other player outside the penalty area. If the goalkeeper handles the ball inside their penalty area, when not permitted to do so, an indirect free kick is awarded, but there is no disciplinary sanction. However, If the violation is playing the ball a second time, with or without the hand or arm, after a restart before it touches another player, the goalkeeper shall be cautioned if the offense stops a promising attack, or ejected if the offense denies an opponent or the opposing team a goal or an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Article 4. Impeding. Impeding is the deliberate act of a player that moves into the path of an opponent to block, obstruct, slow down, or force a change in direction when the ball is not within playing distance. Being in the way of an opponent is not an offense, and is different than moving into the way. B. A player may legally place the body between opponents and the ball provided the ball is within playing distance. This player may legally be challenged from behind. Article 5. Dangerous play. A player shall not participate in dangerous play, which is an act an official considers likely to cause injury to any player. This includes playing in such a manner which could cause injury to self or another player, opponent, or teammate. Section 4. Misconduct. Article 1. Misconduct is any of the actions by players, substitutes, and bench personnel that results in a caution or yellow card, or ejection or red card being issued. A player, substitute, or bench personnel who commits misconduct either on or off the field of play, when the ball is in play or not, is disciplined according to the offense. Article 2. A cautioned player is shown the yellow card, shall leave the field, and may be replaced. Should the team with the cautioned player elect to play shorthanded, the cautioned player may not re-enter nor be replaced until the next legal substitution opportunity, as in Rule 3.3.3b. Article 3. An ejected player is shown the red card, shall leave the field, and may not return or be substituted for, and the player's team shall play short, except as in 3.3.3c.1. An ejected player or substitute is restricted to the team area. Article 4. Coach responsibility. A. The head coach shall be responsible for ensuring that each of the players on the team is properly and legally equipped. The head coach shall receive the first caution issued for an illegally equipped player. B. The coach may be cautioned or ejected either for team misconduct or for bench misconduct that cannot be attributed to a specific individual. C. A coach or adult team personnel who is ejected is shown the red card and shall leave the vicinity of the playing area immediately and is prohibited from any contact, direct or indirect, with the team during the remainder of the game. Failure to comply shall result in termination of the game. D. In the case of a coach being ejected from the field, an assistant coach or other authorized school personnel is not available, the team shall forfeit the game. Note, the Rules Committee strongly recommends that each state high school association adopt a policy wherein an ejected player, substitute, coach, or other bench personnel under Articles 2, 3, and 4 shall be barred from participating in the next contest. Section 5. Caution. Article 1. A player, substitute, coach, or bench personnel shall be cautioned, or yellow card, for A. Entering or leaving the field of play, except through the normal course of play without the permission of an official. B. Persistent infringement of any of the rules of the game. C. Objecting by word of mouth or action to any decision given by an official, or dissent. D. Any incidental use of vulgar or profane language. Note, by state association adoption, incidental use of vulgar or profane language may be an ejection or red card. E. Any use of electronic communication devices with the on-field players during play. Examples: amplifying devices, wireless communication devices such as cell phones, headphones, personal digital assistants, etc. Note, a coach may engage in verbal communications with the team during play. F. Unsporting conduct, including but not limited to 1. Coaching outside the team area. 2. Unnecessary delay, as in kicking or throwing the ball away on a free kick, etc. 3. Holding a shirt, shorts, etc. 4. Deliberate verbal tactics. 5. Deliberately handling the ball to interfere with or stop a promising attack. 6. A foul that interferes with or stops a promising attack. 7. Faking an injury. 8. Simulating a foul. 9. A player who displays reckless play. 10. An illegally equipped player, as per 4.4. 11. Any delayed, excessive, or prolonged acts by which a player or players attempts to focus attention upon themselves and or prohibits a timely restart of the game. 12. A player other than the goalkeeper within the goalkeeper's own penalty area who deliberately handles the ball, attempting to prevent a goal, and the goal is scored. 13. A player who commits a foul attempting to deny an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, and the goal is scored. 14. A player who commits a foul against an opponent within the player's team penalty area in an attempt to play the ball that denies that opponent an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, or DOGSO, and the referee awards a penalty kick. 15. Use of any form of tobacco or alcohol, or be under the influence of or impaired by a controlled or illicit substance, beginning with the arrival at the competition site until departure following the completion of the contest. And G. Encroachment. Penalty. A cautioned player shall leave the field and may be replaced. See 12.4.2. Section 6. Ejection. Article 1. A player, substitute, coach, or bench personnel shall be ejected or red card for A. Subsequent caution. B. A player, other than the goalkeeper within the team's own penalty area, deliberately handles the ball attempting to prevent a goal and the goal is not scored. C. A player commits a foul outside the penalty area when attempting to deny an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, or DOGSO, and the goal is not scored. D. A player commits a foul inside the penalty area while not attempting to play the ball, denying the opponent an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, or DOGSO, and the referee awards a penalty kick. E. Using insulting, offensive, or abusive language or gesture. 1. Taunting. Use of word or act to incite or degrade an opposing player, coach, referee, or other individual. Note: the NFHS disapproves of any form of taunting which is intended or designed to embarrass, ridicule, or demean others under any circumstances, including on the basis of race, religion, gender, or national origin. F. Committing serious foul play. 1. Any play in which the player commits one of the offenses punishable with a direct free kick or penalty kick if the offense takes place by a defender in the penalty area and uses disproportionate and unnecessary force against an opponent while playing for the ball. See 18.1.100. G. Spitting at or biting an opponent, teammate, or game official. H. Leaving the team area to enter the field where a fight or altercation is taking place unless summoned by an official. I. Exhibiting violent conduct. Section 7. Stopping a promising attack. Article 1. A promising attack is an attack moving quickly toward the opposing team's goal with the promise or potential to become a clear goal-scoring opportunity for the attacking team. A promising attack can occur anywhere on the field. Article 2. When determining if an attack is promising, the following considerations would include, but are not limited to: A. Distance between the offense and the goal. B. General direction of play. C. Likelihood of keeping or gaining control of the ball. D. Location and number of defenders. E. Attacking team is moving forward with pace or speed. F. Open space in front of the player with the ball or the presence of other attackers who could receive the ball. G. Player has the option to take on defender or pass to teammate. H. The attacker has assistance from teammates. Article 3. Where a player commits an offense against an opponent within their own penalty area which interferes with or stops a promising attack, and the referee awards a penalty kick, the offender is not cautioned if the offense was an attempt to play the ball. In all other circumstances, for example, holding, pulling, pushing, no possibility to play the ball, etc., the offending player shall be cautioned. Section 7. Stopping a promising attack. Article 1. A promising attack is an attack moving quickly toward the opposing team's goal with the promise or potential to become a clear goal-scoring opportunity for the attacking team. A promising attack can occur anywhere on the field. Article 2. When determining if an attack is promising, the following considerations would include, but are not limited to: A. Distance between the offense and the goal. B. General direction of play. C. Likelihood of keeping or gaining control of the ball. D. Location and number of defenders. E. Attacking team is moving forward with pace or speed. F. Open space in front of the player with the ball or the presence of other attackers who could receive the ball. G. Player has the option to take on defender or pass to teammate. H. The attacker has assistance from teammates. Article 3. Where a player commits an offense against an opponent within their own penalty area which interferes with or stops a promising attack, and the referee awards a penalty kick, the offender is not cautioned if the offense was an attempt to play the ball. In all other circumstances, for example, holding, pulling, pushing, no possibility to play the ball, etc., the offending player shall be cautioned. Section 8. Denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity or dogso. Article 1. Denying a goal or an obvious goal-scoring opportunity or dogso. A. When determining if an offense denies an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, the following shall be considered and present for a dogso offense. 1. Distance between the offense and the goal. 2. General direction of the play. 3. Likelihood of keeping or gaining control of the ball. 4. Location and number of defenders. Article 2. Where a player commits an offense against an opponent within their own penalty area which denies an opponent an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, and the referee awards a penalty kick, the offender is cautioned if the offense was an attempt to play the ball. In all other circumstances, for example, holding, pulling, pushing, or no possibility to play the ball, etc., the offending player shall be ejected. Article 3. Where a player denies the opposing team a goal or an obvious goal-scoring opportunity by committing a deliberate handling offense, except a goalkeeper, within their own penalty area, the player is ejected wherever the offense occurs. Article 4. If any element in Article 1 is missing, the player cannot be ejected for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. However, this may indicate an attack is promising and additional factors should be considered. Situations and rulings on Rule 12, Fouls and Misconduct. Charge: 12.1.2, Situation A. Player A makes shoulder-to-shoulder contact with opponent B. Contact is made in an upright position with both feet on the ground and arms close to the body. A. Player B is within playing distance of the ball. B. Neither player is within playing distance of the ball. Ruling: A. Legal. B. Illegal. Comment: a player shall not charge into an opponent when neither player is within playing distance of the ball. 12.1.2, Situation B. Team B's goalkeeper places the ball on the ground and begins to dribble with the feet. Player A shoulder charges legally and gains control of the ball. Ruling: legal. See Rule 18.1.1e. Comment: the goalkeeper relinquished goalkeeper privileges when the ball was placed on the ground. 12.1.2, Situation C. Team B's goalkeeper and A2 simultaneously play the ball. A. The momentum causes A2 to collide with the goalkeeper. B. A2 deliberately elbows the goalkeeper. Ruling in A. Legal. B. Illegal. Deliberate use of the elbow may also result in a caution or ejection. Striking or attempts to strike. 12.1.6, Situation. The goalkeeper for Team A deliberately throws the ball, which strikes opposing player B, who is standing outside the goalkeeper's penalty area. Ruling: if the referee deems the strike as careless, reckless, or committed with excessive force, then the referee may stop play and award Team B a direct free kick from where the ball struck player B, or the referee may apply advantage. Comment: if, in the opinion of the referee, the contact was reckless, then the goalkeeper is cautioned. If excessive force was used, then the goalkeeper is ejected. Tackling or challenging. 12.1.7, Situation A. Near midfield, player A slides and tackles opposing player B from behind, causing the ball to go out of bounds. In the referee's opinion, player A used excessive force, which endangered player B's safety. Ruling: a direct free kick is awarded to Team B. Player A is ejected and shown the red card. Comment: whether a player contacts the ball first or after the tackle is irrelevant if the offender uses contact with excessive force when challenging their opponent. 12.1.7, Situation B. A2 approaches B2 from outside B2's normal peripheral vision and executes a sliding tackle. Ruling: legal if, in the referee's judgment, it is properly executed. See 18.1.1 Tripping. 12.1.8, Situation. Player A2 trips B2, but B2 maintains control of the ball. Ruling: a foul. The referee may stop play and award a direct free kick or invoke the advantage clause, as in Rule 5.3.1d. Handling. 12.2.2, Situation A. A player who is part of a wall in a free kick moves the hands after the kick to protect the face from the ball. Ruling: the hand movement is deemed to be a reflex action and is not considered to be deliberate handling. Protecting the head, face, groin, or chest from a hard shot or pass using the hands or arms as a reflex is not considered deliberate and therefore not handling. 12-2-2 Situation B. A player who is in a defensive position during the taking of a free kick places hands or arms against any part of the body for protection. The offensive player kicks the ball, which strikes the hands still in front of the body or arms over the chest. In both cases, the hands and arms are stationary. Ruling: this is not handling because the ball struck a stationary hand or arm close to the body in a natural position rather than a hand or arm playing the ball. 12-2-2 Situation C. A2 kicks a low, hard pass to a teammate. B2, a male player who is in the path of the ball, moves a hand to protect the groin and the ball touches his hand. In B2, a female player who is in the path of the ball moves a hand to protect the chest and the ball touches the hand. Ruling: legal in both A and B. Protecting the head, face, groin, and chest from a hard shot or pass using the hands or arms as a reflex is not considered deliberate and therefore not handling. 12-2-2 Situation D. A2 takes a shot on goal and goalkeeper B2 is outstretched on the ground and reaches outside the penalty area and touches the ball with the hand or arm. Ruling: illegal. Restrictions on the goalkeeper. 12-3-2 Situation A. After Team A's goalkeeper has gained possession of the ball by use of hands, the goalkeeper pushes or rolls the ball along the ground and then retrieves or touches the ball with a hand, A, before the ball is touched by any other player, B, after the ball is kicked by opposing player B. Ruling: A, illegal, and B, legal. Comment: the goalkeeper has relinquished possession of the ball after the initial push or roll. The goalkeeper cannot touch the ball again with their hand until it has been touched by another player. Team B is awarded an indirect free kick from where the goalkeeper touched the ball with their hand in Part A. 12-3-3 Situation. An attacking player takes a shot on goal which A, goes directly at the goalkeeper, who is able to make a save by deflecting the ball to the ground with their hands. The goalkeeper dribbles the ball with their feet to the edge of the penalty area and then picks up the ball with their hands. Ruling: legal. The goalkeeper is not considered to have gained possession of the ball with their hands from a deliberate save. Impeding. 12-3-4 Situation. On an attack on goal by player A2, A2 pushes the ball forward to move around opponent B2. B2 then moves between A2 and the ball, which is not within playing distance of either player. Ruling: this is impeding, and an indirect free kick is awarded to Team A at the spot of the foul. Dangerous play. 12-3-5 Situation A. Player A2 does a scissors kick during a game when A, an opponent, is within playing distance and A2's foot is, in the opinion of the official, dangerously high. B, no player is within playing distance. Ruling: in A, an indirect free kick is given to the defending team since this is considered dangerous play. In B, the play is legal since no player was within playing distance. 12-3-5 Situation B. Player A2 performs a diving header trying to score. In the process, a defender playing the ball kicks A2 in the head. Ruling: an indirect free kick is given to the defending team since A2's dive created the dangerous situation. 12-3-5 Situation C. Player A2 tries to tackle B2. In the process, A2 raises a foot showing cleats to B2 and blocks the pass. Ruling: an indirect free kick is awarded because of A2's dangerous play. 12-3-5 Situation D. A2 plays the ball to A3 while lying on the ground. Ruling: legal, provided A2 did not create a danger to A3 or another player. 12-3-5 Situation E. Team A is awarded a free kick and multiple players from Team B line up for a wall at appropriate distance from the spot per the official, and then another player from Team B, the defending team, lays down behind the wall. Before allowing the play to start, the official instructs the player from Team B to stand up. Ruling: this is correct procedure. Comment: a player may play the ball while on the ground, providing the player's action does not create a danger to that player or any other player. Lying down behind the wall of defensive players creates a dangerous situation to both the player on the ground and those defending in the wall. Substitute for misconduct. 12-4-3. Situation. Player A4 is cautioned and shown the yellow card for the second time in the same game. The referee then ejects A4 and shows the red card. Team A's coach sends substitute A7 to replace A4. Ruling: illegal. A substitute is not permitted for an ejected player. Caution. 12-5-1. Situation A. Player A2 is waiting to receive the ball in the air. Opponent B2, who is behind A2, shouts, "I'll take it," in an obvious attempt to deceive A2 into thinking B2 is a teammate calling for the ball. Ruling: stop play. Caution B2 for unsporting conduct and restart with an indirect free kick by Team A at the spot of the infraction. 12-5-1. Situation B. During the match, A1 commits a foul in a reckless manner. B. A1 is the second player from Team A observed with illegal equipment, and C. After scoring a goal, A1 celebrates excessively. Ruling: A, B, and C caution A1 for unsporting conduct. Refer to Rules 12-1-3b, 4-4-2, and 12-9-1f, 12. 12-5-1. Situation C. During the game while the ball is in play, A. Coach A talks on a cell phone. B. Coach B records video using a tablet. C. Player A1 wears an electronic heart monitor on the chest under the jersey. D. A2 wears a hearing aid. E. Coach A communicated with player A3 using a wireless microphone or headphone system. Ruling: A. Legal. B. Legal. C. Legal. D. Legal. E. Illegal. Coach is shown the yellow card for misconduct per 12-9-1E. 12-5-1. Situation D. Player A, while attempting to play the ball, trips the attacking player in the penalty area, denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Ruling: the official awards a penalty kick to the opponents and issues a caution to player A. See Rules 12-9-4b and 14-1-1. 12-5-1. Situation E. Player A2 dribbles in on goalkeeper B11 within the penalty area near the goal line. A2's maneuver causes B11 to fall down in A2's path as the ball is pushed past B11. A2 is held by B11 in the field of play and inside the penalty area after A. A2 leaps over B11, B. A2 goes around B11. Ruling: the fouls in both A and B result in a penalty kick and the goalkeeper is ejected. See Rules 12-9-4b and 14-1-1. Ejection. 12-6-1. Situation A. Player A2 is cautioned by the official and is leaving the field. Player B2 approaches A2 and applauds in player A2's face and follows A2 off the field, continuing to applaud. Ruling: illegal. The official will eject B2 for taunting and not permit a substitution. 12-6-1. Situation B. Player A2 dribbles along the goal line into the penalty area. The goalkeeper comes out of the goal mouth to challenge A2. A2 pushes the ball by the goalkeeper and steps off the field to go around the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper then steps off the field and violently contacts A2 to prevent A2 from completing the play. Ruling: the referee shall stop play, eject the goalkeeper for exhibiting violent conduct, and restart play with a penalty kick. See Rules 12-1-3, 14-1-1, and 18-1-1-ZZ. 12-6-1. Situation C. A person within Team A's team area spits at the referee. Ruling: the person, if identifiable, is ejected. If not identifiable, the coach is ejected, per Rule 12-9-3b. The game is restarted with an indirect free kick to the opposing team from the point where the ball was when play was stopped. 12-6-1. Situation D. Player A2 has the ball in Team B's penalty area. Team B's athletic trainer directs foul language at the referee. The referee ejects the athletic trainer. Ruling: correct procedure. Comment: the referee should apply the advantage clause if there is a clear advantage to Team A, per Rule 5-3-1d. At the next stoppage, the referee should eject the athletic trainer. If the referee stops play for the ejected athletic trainer, the game is restarted because of misconduct with an indirect free kick by Team A from the point where the ball was when the time was stopped, subject to 13-1-4. 12-6-1 Situation E. A. Player A2, 30 yards from goal, has an obvious goal-scoring opportunity and is fouled from behind by player B2. The foul does not involve unnecessary or disproportionate force. The referee gives advantage and player A2 scores. B. Player A2 shoots on goal. Fullback B2, standing on B2's defensive goal line, handles the shot, which goes to A2, who scores. C. Player A2 shoots on goal. Fullback B2, standing on B2's defensive goal line, handles the shot, which continues into the goal. Ruling, in all cases, player B2 is not ejected for dogso, as the goal was scored from the advantage, per Rule 5.3.1d. The referee should caution B2 in each case. In all cases, if the goal is not scored on the advantage, or if the referee stops play for the foul before the goal is scored, B2 is ejected under Rule 12.6.1f.1. 12-6-1 Situation F. Between periods or during the halftime interval, a team member directs offensive, insulting, or abusive language at an official. The team member is ejected. The team will be able to play with 11 players the next period. Ruling, legal. Team A does not play short for a team member ejected during an interval between periods. 12-6-1 Situation G. With the game in progress, a fight breaks out between opposing players on the field. As the altercation expands to other field players, the assistant referee observes a substitute from the Team A bench entering into the fracas. After stoppage of the game and establishment of control by the officials, the assistant referee informs the referee of the observance of the Team A substitute, also mentioning the assistant referee did not see the substitute actually throw a punch. Ruling. The Team A substitute observed will be ejected for leaving the team area to enter into the altercation on the field. 12-6-1 Situation H. After entering the field of play, the referee finds two opposing players guilty of using abusive language and ejects the players from the game before it begins. Ruling, legal. 12-6-1 Situation I. Player A2, having been cautioned earlier in the game, commits a second cautionable offense. Ruling, stop play. Show the yellow card, sequentially show the red card to disqualify A2, and do not permit a substitution for the ejected player. 12-6-1 Situation J. While the ball is in play, player A9, standing outside their penalty area, A spits at opponent B2, who is standing outside Team A's penalty area. B spits at opponent B2, who is standing inside Team A's penalty area. C spits at teammate A10. D spits at an official. Ruling, the referee stops play and ejects A9 for misconduct. Play is restarted with A. A direct free kick for Team B from where B2 was spat upon. B. A penalty kick for Team B. C. An indirect free kick for Team B from where A10 was spat on. D. An indirect free kick for Team B from where the referee was spat on. Stopping a promising attack. 12-7-1 Situation. Trailing by 1 goal, player B10 gains possession of the ball on Team B's side of the field with open space to advance. B10 initiates a counterattack with a supporting number of teammates, marked by an equal number of Team A's defenders. Opposing player A9 pulls B10's jersey to slow B10's forward progress near the halfway line. Ruling, player A9 is cautioned for unsporting conduct because they stopped a promising attack. Team B is awarded a direct free kick from where the foul occurred. Comment: a promising attack can develop anywhere on the field. This is not dogso because of the number of defenders present, therefore it is missing one of the 4 required considerations. 12-7-3 Situation A. Attacker A7 is dribbling the ball inside Team B's penalty area and is moving toward the goal with a promising attack. Multiple defenders are between A7 and the goal. The referee awards a penalty kick after defender B2, A, pulls A7's jersey so Team B's goalkeeper can collect the ball, B, carelessly pushes A7 off the ball, or C, carelessly trips A7 while attempting to play the ball. Ruling: in A and B, B2 is cautioned for unsporting conduct because they stopped a promising attack. Although a penalty kick was awarded, a caution is still issued because there was not an attempt to play the ball. In C, B2 is not cautioned because there was an attempt to play the ball. 12-7-3 Situation B. Attacker A7 is dribbling the ball inside Team B's penalty area and is moving toward the goal with a promising attack. Multiple defenders are between A7 and the goal. The referee awards a penalty kick after defender B2 recklessly tackles A7 from the side while attempting to play the ball. Ruling correct procedure. Comment: B2 is cautioned for unsporting conduct because of reckless play, regardless of interrupting A7's promising attack. Denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, or DOGSO. 12-8-1 Situation. With an obvious opportunity to score, attacker A3 is carelessly fouled outside Team B's penalty area by defender B8. The referee stops play and awards a direct free kick to Team A from the spot of the foul. B8 is ejected and shown the red card for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Ruling correct procedure. 12-8-2 Situation A. Attacker A7 is dribbling the ball inside Team B's penalty area and is moving toward the goal with an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. The referee awards a penalty kick after defender B2, A, pulls A7's jersey so Team B's goalkeeper can collect the ball. B, carelessly pushes A7 off the ball. C, carelessly trips A7 while attempting to play the ball. Ruling: in A and B, B2 is ejected for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Although a penalty kick was awarded, B2 is still ejected because there was not an attempt to play the ball. In C, B2 is cautioned because there was an attempt to play the ball. 12-8-2 Situation B. Attacker A7 is dribbling the ball inside Team B's penalty area and is moving toward the goal with an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. The referee awards a penalty kick after defender B2 uses excessive force to tackle A7 from behind while attempting to play the ball and ejects or red card B2. Ruling correct procedure. Comment: B2 is ejected for committing serious foul play, regardless of the denial of A7's obvious goal-scoring opportunity. 12-8-3 Situation. Team B's goalkeeper, B5, is caught out of position on a counterattack by Team A. Dribbling the ball, attacker A1 is moving toward the goal with only defender B12 between A1 and the goal. With an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, A1 shoots the ball toward the goal. B12 deliberately uses a hand or arm to stop the ball from entering the goal. B12's handball foul occurred A, outside Team B's penalty area, B, inside Team B's penalty area. Ruling: in A and B, B12 is ejected for denying a goal by deliberately handling the ball. Team A is awarded a direct free kick from the spot of the foul in A and a penalty kick in B. 12-8-4 Situation A. Attacker A6 receives the ball inside the center circle. Opponent B3 challenges for the ball but is unsuccessful. A6 turns and starts running toward the goal with only the goalkeeper between A6 and the goal. As A6 approaches Team B's penalty area, B3 pulls A6's jersey from behind, causing A6 to fall down outside the penalty area. The official ejects B3 and shows the red card for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Ruling correct procedure. Comment: all four considerations of DOGSO offense were present. 12-8-4 Situation B. Attacker A6 receives the ball inside the center circle. Opponent B10 challenges for the ball, but is unsuccessful. A6 turns and starts running toward the goal with Team B's goalkeeper and defender B8 between A6 and the goal. As A6 approaches Team B's penalty area, B10 pulls A6's jersey from behind, causing A6 to fall outside the penalty area. The official ejects B10 and shows the red card for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Ruling incorrect procedure. Comment: not all four considerations of a DOGSO offense were present. There were two defenders between A6 and the goal. B10 is guilty of stopping a promising attack and should be cautioned and shown the yellow card for unsporting conduct. Rule 13. Free kick. Section 1. Description of a free kick. Article 1. Free kicks shall be classified direct, from which a goal may be scored against the offending team, or indirect, from which a goal may not be scored unless the ball is touched or played by another player of either team. Article 2. All free kicks, with the exception of penalty kicks, may be taken in any direction. Free kicks are taken from the spot of the foul, except for restarts for the reasons listed in 13.2.3, which are taken from the location of the ball when the referee stopped play. Free kicks resulting from fouls committed in the goal area are taken as described in 13.1.3 or 13.1.4. Indirect free kicks for offside, as in 13.2.2b, are taken from the spot where the offending player interfered with play, interfered with an opponent, or gained an advantage by being in that position. Article 3. Any free kick awarded to the defending team within its own goal area may be taken from any point within the goal area. Article 4. Any indirect free kick awarded to the attacking team within its opponent's goal area shall be taken from the part of the goal area line which runs parallel to the goal line at the point nearest to where the offense was committed. Article 5. Any player of the offended team may take a free kick. Exception: substitutes for cautioned, injured, or bleeding players may not take the penalty kick when entering the game during a penalty kick situation. Section 2. When awarded. Article 1. Direct free kicks are awarded and taken from the point of the infraction, except as in 13.1.3 and 14.1.1. A. If a player spits at, kicks, strikes, attempts to kick or strike, or jumps at an opponent, as in Rule 12.1. B. If a player trips or attempts to trip an opponent, as in 12.1. C. If a goalkeeper attempts to strike, strikes, or pushes an opponent with the ball, see 12.1. D. If a player other than the goalkeeper in the team's own penalty area deliberately handles the ball, as in Rule 12.2.2. E. If a player pushes an opponent with the hands or arms extended from the body, as in Rule 12.1.5. F. If a player holds an opponent, as in 12.2.2. G. If a player charges an opponent in a careless or reckless manner, or using excessive force, as in Rule 12.1.2. H. If a player charges an opponent while the opponent, in the act of playing the ball, has both feet off the ground, as in Rule 12.1.2. I. If a player charges the goalkeeper, 12.1.2c. J. If a player, coach, or bench personnel enters or leaves the field of play without permission of an official and interferes with play or an official, as in 12.5.1a. K. If a player fairly charges into opponent when neither is within playing distance of the ball, as in Rule 12.1.2b. Article 2. Indirect free kicks are awarded and taken from the point of infraction, except as in 13.1.3 and 13.1.4. A. If the ball is played next by the kicker, following a kickoff, as in 8.1.4, a free kick, as in 13.3.3, a penalty kick, as in 14.1.5, a goal kick, as in 16.1.4, a corner kick, as in 17.1.5, or by the thrower following a throw-in, as in 15.1.4. B. If a player is penalized for being offside, as in 12.1.4. C. If a player who is not in possession of the ball obstructs an opponent who is attempting to play the ball, as in Rule 12.3.4a. D. If a player kicks or attempts to kick the ball while it is in possession of the goalkeeper, as in 12.3.5. E. For dangerous play, as in Rule 12.3.5. F. If the goalkeeper takes more than 6 seconds before releasing the ball for play, as in 12.3.3a. G. If the goalkeeper illegally handles the ball while in the goalkeeper's own penalty area after relinquishing possession of the ball, as in 12.3.3b. H. If the goalkeeper touches the ball again with the hands while in the goalkeeper's own penalty area before it has been touched or played by another player, as in 12.3.3b. I. If the goalkeeper touches the ball with the hands while in the goalkeeper's own penalty area after it is deliberately kicked by a player to the team's own goalkeeper, as in 12.3.3b. J. If the goalkeeper touches the ball with the hands while in the goalkeeper's own penalty area when receiving it directly from a throw-in by a teammate, as in 12.3.3c. K. If the game is stopped for misconduct of a player and no other restart takes precedence, as in Rules 12.4.1, 12.4.2, 12.4.3, and 12.4.4. L. Spitting at a teammate or game official. Article 3. The following indirect free kicks are taken from where the ball was when the referee stopped play, subject to restrictions in 13.1.3 and 13.1.4. A. If a player, coach, or bench personnel enters or leaves the field of play without permission of an official and does not interfere with play or an official, as in 12.5.1. B. If the game is stopped because of misconduct by a person in the team and coaching area, as in 12.4.1, 12.4.2, 12.4.3, and 12.4.4. Article 4. If a direct or indirect free kick goes untouched into a team's own goal, a corner kick shall be awarded to the opposing team. See Rule 10.1.3. Section 3. How taken. Article 1. Players opposing the kicker shall be at least 10 yards from the ball until it is kicked, unless the players are standing on their own goal line between the goalposts. If the free kick is awarded to the defending team in its penalty area, players opposing the kicker shall be outside the penalty area, at least 10 yards from the ball, and shall remain there until the ball is in play. Where 3 or more defending team players form a wall, all attacking team players must remain at least 1 yard from the wall until the ball is in play. Penalty: an official shall caution a player who fails to move the required distance away from the ball, the defensive wall when 3 or more defenders are in the wall, or engages in time-wasting tactics such as kicking or carrying the ball away after the free kick has been awarded to the opponent's team, as in Rule 12.5.1. Article 2. The ball shall be kicked while it is stationary on the ground at the spot specified by the official. The ball is in play when it is kicked and moves. Article 3. The kicker may not play the ball until it has been touched or played by another player. Penalty: indirect free kick awarded to the opponent from the spot of the foul. Article 4. For indirect kicks, the referee shall signal an indirect kick using official NFHS soccer signals in Rule 5.3.1b by raising an arm above the head. This signal shall be maintained until the kick is taken and the ball touches another player or goes out of play. If the referee fails to signal that the kick is indirect and the ball goes directly into the opponent's goal, the kick shall be retaken. Situations and rulings on Rule 13, free kick. Description of a free kick. 13.1.3. Situation. Attacker A2 is penalized for obstructing the goalkeeper near the right goalpost. Ruling: an indirect free kick is awarded to Team B and may be taken anywhere in the goal area. When awarded. 13.2.1. Situation A. Player A3, in A3's own half of the field, plays the ball to A5, who is in an offside position. A5 runs into A5's own half and plays the ball. Player A5 is declared offside. The free kick is taken from where A5 first touched the ball. Ruling: correct procedure. 13.2.1. Situation B. Player A1 is attacking in Team B's half of the field when a bench player from Team B steps onto the field and trips player A1. Ruling: direct free kick from the spot of the infraction and caution the player from Team B. 13.2.2. Situation. Player A2 is in an onside position. Player A3 is in an offside position in the center circle. Player A4 plays the ball toward Team B's penalty area. Both A2 and A3 run toward the ball. A. Player A3 is the first to touch the ball. B. Player A2 is the first to touch the ball, and A3 was not involved in the play. Ruling: in A, player A3 is declared offside, and the restart is at the point where A3 touched the ball. B. No offside penalty. Player A2 was in an onside position when the ball was played by A4. 13.2.3. Situation. Substitute A4 is warming up outside Team A's team and coaching area and verbally dissents a referee's decision. The referee stops play, cautions A4 for dissent per Rule 12.9.1c, and restarts play with an indirect free kick for Team B from where the ball was located when play was stopped. Ruling: correct procedure. How taken. 13.3.1. Situation A. During a free kick, A2 steps over the ball and then A3 kicks the ball. Ruling: legal. 13.3.1. Situation B. Team A is attacking in Team B's half of the field, about 35 yards from Team B's goal. A Team B player non-violently trips a Team A player who has possession of the ball. The referee whistles for the foul and quickly signals for a direct free kick to be taken by Team A. A Team A player sees an advantageous situation for a quick kick and takes the kick within 2 seconds of the whistle. A Team B player is standing 3 to 4 yards from the ball and moving backwards toward the required distance when the ball strikes the player. Ruling: legal. Comment: play shall continue. 13-3-1 Situation C. The defending team is awarded a free kick inside its own penalty area. The team elects to take a quick kick and kicks the ball before all of the attackers have cleared the penalty area. The ball leaves the penalty area, travels at least 10 yards, and A is intercepted by an attacker who plays it to a teammate who is onside and still in the penalty area. B rebounds from a defender to one of the attackers who is onside and still in the penalty area. Ruling: legal in A and B. 13-3-1 Situation D. On a free kick awarded to the defending team inside its penalty area, A, an opponent who remains inside the penalty area when the ball was put into play deliberately touches or challenges for the ball. B, an opponent enters the penalty area before the ball was put into play and touches or challenges for the ball. Ruling in both A and B: illegal. The free kick is retaken. 13-3-1 Situation E. After being awarded an indirect free kick, A, player A1 steps on top of the ball and A2 kicks the ball into Team B's goal. B, player A1 kicks the ball and it moves, and A2 kicks the ball into Team B's goal. A, no goal, because the ball was not in play after A1 stepped on top of the ball. A goal kick is awarded to Team B. In B, legal goal. Rule 14, Penalty Kick. Section 1, Penalty Kick. Article 1. A penalty kick shall be awarded when a foul, which ordinarily results in the awarding of a direct free kick, occurs within the offending team's penalty area. Article 2. All players except the kicker and the opposing goalkeeper shall be within the field of play but outside the penalty area and at least 10 yards from and behind the penalty mark until the ball is kicked. Article 3. The opposing goalkeeper shall stand with at least 1 foot on or in line with the goal line, facing the kicker between the goalposts, and shall not be touching the goalposts, crossbar, or nets until the ball is kicked. Lateral or forward movement is allowed, but the goalkeeper is not permitted to come off the line with both feet until the ball is in play. Article 4. The ball shall be kicked while it is stationary on the ground from the spot or any place on the penalty mark. To be in play, the ball shall be moved forward. The player taking the penalty kick is permitted to use a stutter step or a hesitation move, provided there is no stopping and there is continuous movement toward the ball. Failure to kick the ball as specified shall be considered a violation by the attacking team, and the appropriate penalties shall apply. Stutter stepping is not an interruption in movement. Penalty for Articles 2, 3, and 4. Infringement by the defending team is not penalized if the goal is scored. If a goal is not scored on the penalty kick, it is retaken. If there is an encroachment by the attacking team and the ball enters the goal does not count and the kick shall be retaken. If there is an infringement by the attacking team and the ball does not go into the goal, the kick is not retaken. If the ball rebounds into play or is deflected out of bounds by the goalkeeper, the game shall be stopped and restarted with an indirect free kick for the defending team at the location of the encroachment. If the ball is saved and held by the goalkeeper, play shall continue. In cases where players from both teams are guilty of infringements, the kick shall be retaken regardless of the outcome of the kick. If the ball is not kicked forward, an indirect free kick shall immediately be awarded to the defending team from the penalty mark. Note: a player who starts the penalty kick approach and does not kick the ball shall be cautioned, and the kick will be retaken by another player. Article 5. After the penalty kick is properly taken, the ball may be played by any player except the one who executed the penalty kick. The kicker may not play the ball until it has been touched or played by another player on either team. Penalty: an indirect free kick awarded to the opponents from the spot of the foul. Article 6. If the ball touches the goalkeeper before passing between the goalposts when a penalty kick is taken at or after the expiration of time, it does not nullify any goal. If necessary, play may be extended so that the penalty kick may be taken. If a penalty kick is taken after the expiration of time, see Rule 714 exception. A. Only the kicker may play the ball, and the kicker may only play the ball once. B. The ball is in play until its momentum is spent, it goes out of bounds, or is retouched by the kicker. Article 7. After the penalty kick is properly taken, if there is an unusual situation that causes a temporary suspension in play before the ball is played or touched by another player, or before the ball hits the goalpost or crossbar, the penalty kick shall be retaken. Situations and rulings on Rule 14, penalty kick. Penalty kick, 14-1-2 situation. Team A has been awarded a penalty kick. As the players are lining up for the kick, the referee notices a player from Team B lined up 5 yards from the goal line. The referee delays the taking of the kick and moves the player back behind the penalty mark. Ruling, correct procedure. 14-1-4 situation A. A2, taking a penalty kick, kicks the ball forward, but a teammate rushes up and kicks it into the goal. Ruling, legal. Comment, provided the second kicker did not encroach into the penalty area prior to the original kicker's first touch. 14-1-4 situation B. A2, taking a penalty kick, approaches the ball and then stops abruptly. A2 then A. Kicks the ball and scores. B. Kicks the ball over the goal. C. Kicks the ball and it rebounds from the goalkeeper. D. Kicks the ball and it is saved and held by the goalkeeper. E. Kicks the ball and it is deflected over the goal line by the goalkeeper. Ruling in A. Retake the kick. B. A goal kick. C. An indirect free kick for the defending team. D. Play continues. E. Indirect free kick for the defending team. 14-1-4 situation C. A3, taking a penalty kick, stutter steps on the approach and then continues to kick the ball into the goal. Ruling, legal. The restart is a kickoff. 14-1-4 situation D. Player A4, taking a penalty kick, does not kick the ball forward. Ruling, illegal. An indirect free kick is awarded to the defending team from the penalty mark. 14-1-6 situation. Player A2 takes a penalty kick in A. A tie-breaking kick from the penalty mark. B. After time has expired. The goalkeeper attempts a save, and the ball continues to bounce or roll into the goal. Ruling, it is a goal in both A and B. Because the ball is in play until its momentum has been spent, it goes out of bounds or it is retouched by the kicker. 14-1-7 situation. Player A2 takes a penalty kick, but before the ball touches another player, or before the ball hits the crossbar or goalpost, A. A dog runs onto the field and stops the ball. B. The ball bursts. C. A spectator throws an object that stops or deflects the ball. Ruling, in all situations A, B, and C retake the kick regardless of the outcome of the kick. Rule 15, throw-in. Section 1, throw-in from the touchline. Article 1. A throw-in shall be awarded to a team when the ball last touched a member of the opposing team before the entire ball passes beyond the touchline either in the air or on the ground. A goal may not be scored directly from a throw-in. Article 2. The ball shall be thrown in any direction from the point where it crossed the touchline by a player who is facing the field of play and has both feet on the ground on or behind the touchline. The thrower shall use both hands unless a physical impairment would limit use to one hand, and shall deliver the ball from behind and over the head in one continuous movement. Penalty, throw-in awarded to the opponent from the spot of the offense. Article 3. While a throw-in is being taken, an opponent shall neither interfere with nor in any way impede the actions of the thrower, and shall stand at least 2 yards from the point at which the throw-in is being taken. Penalty, an official shall administer a caution for unsporting conduct. Article 4. On a throw-in, the ball is playable when it has left the hands of the thrower and any part of it breaks the plane of the touchline. After the throw-in, the ball may be played by either team. The thrower may not play the ball until it has been touched or played by another player. Penalty, indirect free kick awarded to the opponent from the spot of the infraction. Article 5. If, on the throw-in, the ball fails to enter the field of play before it touches the ground, the ball is awarded to the opponent at the spot of the infraction. Situations and rulings on Rule 15, throw-in. Throw-in from the touchline. 15-1-2 situation. During the throw-in, the following happens. A2 lifts the back foot from the ground while throwing the ball. B. A2 takes a run up to the touchline and releases the ball with both feet on the ground. C. A2 has one foot off the playing field and one foot on the touchline during the throw-in. D. A2 throws to a teammate only 3 feet away. Ruling. A. Illegal. Award a throw-in to team B. B. Legal. C. Legal. D. Legal. 15-1-3 situation. As player A2 begins to take a throw-in, player B2 rushes to get directly on the touchline at the point where the throw-in will be made. Ruling. Illegal. A player may not interfere with or impede the actions of a thrower and cannot be within 2 yards of the thrower. Player B2 shall be issued a caution by the referee for unsporting conduct. 15-1-4 situation. A throw-in by player A2, A. hits the touchline and bounces into the field of play, or B. hits or breaks the plane of the touchline and then goes out of the field of play, or C. lands outside the touchline and bounces into the field of play, or D. does not hit or break the plane of the touchline but remains outside. Ruling. In A, a legal throw. Play continues. In B, legal. Award throw-in to team B. In C and D, illegal. Award throw-in to team B. Rule 16, goal kick. Section 1, goal kick. Article 1. A goal kick shall be awarded to the defending team when the entire ball crosses the goal line, excluding that portion between the goalposts and under the crossbar, either in the air or on the ground, having last been touched or played by the attacking team. A goal may be scored directly from a goal kick, but only against the opposing team. Article 2. Players opposing the kicker shall remain outside the penalty area until the ball is in play. Article 3. Once spotted, the ball shall be kicked from the ground from any point within the goal area by a player of the defending team. The ball is in play when it is kicked and moves. Article 4. After the goal kick is properly taken, the ball may be played by any player except the one who executed the goal kick. The kicker may not play the ball until it has been touched by another player. Penalty: indirect free kick awarded to the opponents from the spot of the foul. Article 5. The goalkeeper shall not pick up the ball to put it into play. Situations and rulings on Rule 16, goal kick. Goal kick, 16-1-1 situation. Team A is awarded a goal kick. After the ball is properly placed, player A7 takes the goal kick and kicks the ball directly into their own goal. Ruling: no goal is awarded, and play is restarted with a corner kick for Team B. 16-1-2 situation A. On a goal kick, A, an opponent was inside the penalty area when the ball was put into play and does not interfere with the goal kick. B, an opponent, while leaving the penalty area, but still inside when the ball was put into play, receives the ball directly. Ruling: A and B legal. 16-1-2 situation B. On a goal kick, an opponent who remains inside the penalty area when the ball was put into play deliberately touches or challenges for the ball. B, an opponent enters the penalty area before the ball was put into play and touches or challenges for the ball. Ruling: A and B illegal. The goal kick is retaken. 16-1-3. A4's shot misses wide right and crosses the goal line. Ruling: goal kick may be taken anywhere in the goal area. Once the ball is placed by the kicking team, the ball cannot be moved from one spot to another. Rule 17, corner kick. Section 1, corner kick. Article 1. A corner kick shall be awarded to the attacking team when the entire ball passes over the goal line, excluding that portion between the goalposts and under the crossbar, either in the air or on the ground, having last been touched or played by the defending team. A goal may be scored directly from a corner kick, but only against the opposing team. Exception: A corner kick shall be awarded to the opposing team when a free kick goes untouched into a team's own goal by the kicking team. See Rule 13.2.4. Article 2. Players of the defending team shall be at least 10 yards from the corner arc until the ball has been kicked. Article 3. The ball shall be kicked from the ground within the corner arc, including on the lines nearest where the ball left the field of play. The ball is in play when it is kicked and moves. Failure to kick the ball as specified shall result in a re-kick. Article 4. An offensive player who is not offside during the corner kick may be put in an offside position during a subsequent play. Article 5. After the corner kick, the ball may be played by any player except the one who executed the corner kick. The kicker may not play the ball until it has been touched or played by another player. Penalty: indirect free kick awarded to the opponent from the spot of the foul. Situation and ruling on Rule 17, corner kick. Corner kick, 17-1-3 situation. Team A is awarded a corner kick. After the ball is properly placed, player A9 takes the corner kick and kicks the ball directly into their own goal. Ruling: no goal is awarded and play is restarted with a corner kick for Team B. 17-1-5 situation. A2 takes a corner kick, which hits the goal post and rebounds. A2 then plays it again before it has been touched by another player. Ruling: illegal, indirect free kick to the opponent. Rule 18, Definitions. Section 1, Definitions of Playing Terms. Article 1, Alphabetical List of Definitions. A. Advantage. A discretionary judgment which allows an official to permit play to continue rather than stopping play to administer the foul. This concept is based on the premise that the foul did not put the offended team at a disadvantage, or the foul, if called, may take away a favorable opportunity for the offended team. The foul may be subsequently called if the advantage does not materialize. B. Bench personnel. Anyone within the team area. C. Careless. When a player shows a lack of attention or consideration when making a challenge or acts without precaution. No disciplinary sanction is needed beyond awarding a direct free kick. D. Cautioned player. A player notified by an official that the player's activities are not in the best interest of the contest. Such player shall be shown a yellow card and shall leave the field and may be replaced. E. Charge. An act by a defensive player employing body contact to cause an offensive player to lose or give up possession of the ball. A fair charge shall have all the elements present which are set down in the rules. An unfair charge has one or more of these elements absent. F. Dead ball. A term used to indicate a time when the ball is out of play. A goal can never be scored while the ball is dead. A restart can never be changed due to what occurs during a dead ball. G. Defense or defending team. The team not in possession of the ball. A team remains on defense until it establishes possession of the ball. H. Deliberate act. A deliberate act is one in which a player chooses to act, regardless of the outcome of that action. This deliberate act is neither reaction nor reflex. A deliberate action may result in the opponent benefiting from the action, for example, a deliberate but misplayed ball that goes directly to an opponent. A reaction or reflex may result in that player benefiting from the action, for example, a ball inadvertently contacting the arm and falling directly to the player's feet. I. Deliberate foul. A purposely planned act done to disrupt the game and to gain an advantage through the unfair act. J. Dribbler. A player in control of the ball who attempts to move the ball by periodic touches with the feet. K. Drop ball. A method by which play is restarted. An official drops the ball to the ground. When the ball strikes the ground, it is in play. L. Ejected player. A player barred from further participation in the game. Such player shall be shown a red card and shall not be replaced during the game. M. Encroachment. The act by one or more defenders of advancing within 10 yards of the ball prior to the taking of a free kick. N. Excessive force. Using excessive force is when the player exceeds the necessary use of force and or endangers the safety of an opponent and shall be ejected. O. Forfeit. The loss of a game because of termination under Rule 3.1.2 or for other reasons as determined by the proper authority. P. Foul. A rule infraction by a player on the field of play during play for which a free kick is awarded to the player's opponents. Q. Free kick. A method by which a dead ball becomes live. The ball is placed on the ground and, while motionless, it is kicked unchallenged in any direction prior to being touched by another player. The ball is in play when it has been kicked and moves. Simply tapping the top of the ball with the foot or stepping on the ball are not sufficient. There are two types of free kicks: direct, from which a goal may be scored against an opponent without a second player touching the ball, and indirect, in which a goal may not be scored unless the ball is touched or played by another player of either team. R. Gaining an advantage by being in that position. A player who plays a ball that rebounds to the player off a goalpost or the crossbar after having been in an offside position, or a player who, after being in an offside position, plays a ball that rebounds to the player off an opponent who has not deliberately played the ball or made a deliberate save. S. Goal line, shorter boundary lines. The entire line is within the field of play. T. Goalkeeper. The only designated player of each team who may handle the ball within the team's own penalty area. U. Hand or arm. The upper boundary of the arm is in line with the bottom of the armpit. V. Handling. Deliberately playing the ball with one's hand or arm, as in 18-1-1U. The hand or arm shall move toward the ball, or the hand or arm shall be carried in an unnatural position before an infraction of the rule can be charged. W. Illegally equipped. A player not wearing equipment required by rule, or wearing an item or items not allowed by rule. X. Impede. The deliberate act by a player that moves into the path of an opponent to block, slow down, or force a change in direction when the ball is not within playing distance. Being in the way of an opponent is not an offense and is different than moving into the way. Y. Improperly equipped. A player wearing legal equipment that is being worn incorrectly or becomes illegal during play. Z. Interfering with an opponent. Preventing an opponent from playing or being able to play the ball by clearly obstructing the opponent's line of vision or movement of challenging an opponent for the ball. A. Interfering with play. Playing or touching the ball passed or touched by a teammate. B. Kicker. A player who attempts to or does kick the ball. C. Live ball. A term which indicates that the ball has been legally kicked or thrown by a player or dropped by an official and is in play. D. Misconduct. Any of the actions by players, substitutes, and bench personnel that result in yellow or red cards being issued. E. Offense from the attacking team. Team which is in possession of the ball. F. Offside. An infraction which occurs when an official judges a player in an offside position to be involved in active play by interfering with play or with an opponent, or gaining an advantage by being in an offside position. G. Parrying. The deliberate attempt by the goalkeeper to control and or deflect the ball down or out with the hands or arms. H. Pass. The movement of the ball from one player to another by foot, head, or other portion of the body other than the hand. I. Penalty kick. A kick awarded to a team because an opponent was charged with a direct free kick offense within the team's own penalty area. J. Player. A team member who occupies a position on the field of play during the actual playing time limits of the game, beginning with the opening kickoff and ending with the conclusion of the game, excluding intervals between periods. A substitute becomes a player after being beckoned onto the field of play by an official, at which point the replaced individual is no longer a player. K. Playing distance. The distance between the player and the ball, which the official judges to be adequate to control the ball. It will seldom exceed 2 steps or 6 feet. L. Possession. A live ball controlled by a team, player, or goalkeeper. A controlled ball is one which may be passed, thrown, dribbled, or shot on goal by a player. M. Reckless play. A player has acted with disregard and the danger to or consequences for the opponent. A player who displays reckless play shall be cautioned. N. Scissors kick. A maneuver in which a kicker's feet leave the ground with the feet usually at a higher elevation than the head. The ball may be kicked over the kicker's head in a single motion. O. Serious foul play. A tackle or challenge that endangers the safety of an opponent, uses excessive force or brutality shall be sanctioned as serious foul play, resulting in an ejection. Any player who lunges at an opponent in challenging for the ball from the front, from the side, or from behind using one or both legs with excessive force or endangers the safety of an opponent is guilty of serious foul play. Double P, shielding. Movement by a player in control of the ball within playing distance, designed to prevent an opponent from gaining possession or prevent an opponent from tackling the ball. Double Q, sliding tackle. A maneuver in which one or both feet slide on the ground in an attempt to tackle the ball which is in possession of an opponent. Double R, substitute. A team member who has properly reported to enter the game. A substitute becomes a player when beckoned onto the field of play by an official. Double S, substitution. The replacement of at least one player by a substitute. Double T, suspended. A term which indicates that a game has been interrupted by the referee because of conditions which make it impossible to continue play, but are not the fault of the participants or spectators. Examples of such conditions include inclement weather, power failure, or other emergency affecting playing conditions. Double U, tackle. The use of the feet to take a ball away from a player in control. Double V, tactical foul. A tactical foul is committed to stop a promising attack or deny an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Double W, terminated. A term which indicates that the game has been ended by the referee for action of the participants or spectators, such as refusal to play or disorder. The status of the game, which may include forfeiture, shall be determined by proper authority. Double X, throw-in. A method by which a dead ball becomes live. A player throws the ball using both hands unless a physical impairment would limit use to one hand. The ball shall be delivered from behind and over the head in one continuous movement, while both feet are on the ground, on or behind the touchline, and the player shall be facing the field. Double Y, touchline. Longer boundary lines. The entire line is within the field of play. Double Z, violent conduct. Violent conduct occurs when a player uses or attempts to use excessive force or brutality against an opponent when not challenging for the ball. Violent conduct also occurs when a player, substitute, or bench personnel commits a violent act against anyone, regardless of whether contact is made or if the ball is in or out of play. In addition, a player who, when not challenging for the ball, deliberately strikes an opponent or any other person on the head or face with the hand or arm is guilty of violent conduct unless the force used was negligible. Triple A, warning. A verbal admonition to a coach or player for conduct not in the best interest of the game. Repeat warnings necessitates an official caution. Sample tie-breaking procedure. Individual state high school associations may adopt this or other tie-breaking procedures. Unless otherwise stated, the rules of the game apply. A. Tie game procedure. When the score is tied at the end of regulation time, the referee will instruct both teams to return to the respective team areas. There will be 5 minutes during which both teams may confer with their coaches, and the head referee will instruct both teams as to proper procedure. 1. There shall be 2 full 10-minute overtime periods. Note, not sudden victory. A. A coin toss shall be held as in Rule 5.2.2d. B. At the end of the first 10-minute overtime period, teams shall change ends. C. There shall be a 2-minute interval between periods. 2. If, at the conclusion of the 2 10-minute overtime periods, a tie still exists, there shall be 2 5-minute sudden victory overtime periods. A. A coin toss shall be held as in Rule 5.2.2d. At the end of the first sudden victory period, teams shall change ends. C. There shall be a 2-minute interval between periods. 3. If the score still remains tied, all coaches, officials, and team captains shall assemble at the halfway line to review the procedure as outlined below. A. The head referee shall choose the goal at which all of the kicks from the penalty mark will be taken. B. Each coach will select any 5 players, including the goalkeeper, on or off the field except those who may have been ejected to take the kicks. C. A coin toss shall be held as in Rule 5.2.2d. The team winning the toss shall have the choice of kicking first or second. D. Teams will alternate kickers. There is no follow-up on the kick. E. The defending team may change the goalkeeper prior to each penalty kick. F. Following 5 kicks for each team, the team scoring on the greatest number of these kicks shall be declared the winner. G. Add 1 goal to the winning team score and credit the team with a victory. An asterisk may be placed by the team advancing to indicate the advancement was made as the result of a tiebreaker system. 4. If the score remains tied after each team has had 5 kicks, A. Each coach will select 5 different players than the first 5 who already have kicked to take the kicks in a sudden victory situation, wherein if one team scores and the other team does not score, the game is ended without more kicks being taken. If a team has fewer than 10 available players at the end of the first set of kicks from the penalty mark due to either injuries or an ejection, the coach must use all players who have not participated in the first 5 kicks. The coach may choose additional players from the first 5 kickers to ensure that 5 different players participate in the second set of kicks. B. If the score remains tied, continue to sudden victory kicks with the coach selecting any 5 players to take the next set of alternating kicks. If a tie still remains, repeat 4A. 5. During all tiebreaker penalty kicks, the ball remains live until its momentum is spent, it goes out of bounds, or is retouched by the kicker. 6. For the final game, co-champions may be declared if a tie still exists at the end of regulation time, 2 10-minute periods, and 2 5-minute sudden victory overtime periods. 7. Unless participating in the kicks as a kicker or goalkeeper, team members, coaches, and other bench personnel shall remain in a designated area as determined by the state association. Note, in tournament situations, a game may be rescheduled from the start or restarted from the point of the suspension according to state association adoption. B. Misconduct procedures. 1. Cautioned players. A. One of the 5 players listed to take a kick is cautioned after taking the kick. That player is not eligible to kick again until one complete set of 5 kicks has been completed beyond the set of kicks in which the player was cautioned. 1. Player X is one of the first 5 kickers and is cautioned after taking the kick. Player X is not eligible to kick again until the set beginning with the 11th kick. 2. Player Y is one of the second set of 5 kickers and is cautioned after taking the kick. Player Y is not eligible to kick again until the set beginning with the 16th kick. B. One of the 5 players listed to take a kick is cautioned before the player takes the kick. That player is not eligible to kick until the next set of 5 kicks. Another eligible player not listed in that set of kicks shall take the cautioned player's original turn. C. When a goalkeeper is issued a caution during any set of 5 kicks, the goalkeeper cannot re-enter until the next opponent completes the kick. A substitution is permitted for the cautioned goalkeeper. 2. Ejected players. Any player, including the goalkeeper who is ejected, may not participate any further. If that player's kick is not already completed, an eligible substitute is permitted. Suggested guidelines for management of concussion in sports. Common signs and symptoms of concussion include headache or pressure in the head, neck pain, dizziness, dazed or stunned or vacant appearance, confusion about assignment or position, forgetfulness, uncertainty of game, score, or opponent, clumsy movements, slow response to questions, mood, behavior, or personality changes, can't recall events prior to or after hit or fall, nausea, balance problems or dizziness, double or blurry vision, sensitivity to light or noise, feeling sluggish, hazy, foggy, or groggy, concentration or memory problems, emotions of not feeling right or feeling down. Activate the emergency medical system or call 911 if, after a blow, a jolt to the head or body, an athlete has one or more of these danger signs: one pupil larger than the other, drowsiness or inability to wake up, a headache that gets worse and does not go away, slurred speech, weakness, numbness, or decreased coordination, repeated vomiting or nausea, convulsions or seizures such as shaking or twitching, unusual behavior, increased confusion, restlessness, or agitation, loss of consciousness, passed out or knocked out, Even a brief loss of consciousness should be taken seriously. Consider activating EMS for prolonged loss of consciousness. Suggested concussion management. 1. No athlete should return to sport, RTS, or practice on the same day of a concussion. 2. Any athlete suspected of having a concussion should be evaluated by an appropriate healthcare professional as soon as possible. 3. Any athlete with a concussion should be medically cleared by an appropriate healthcare professional prior to resuming participation in any practice or competition. 4. After medical clearance, RTS should follow a stepwise protocol with provisions for delayed RTS based upon return of any signs or symptoms at rest while doing schoolwork or with physical activity. For further details, please see the NFHS Suggested Guidelines for Management of Concussion in Sports at www.nfhs.org. Appendix C, Equipment Guidelines. 1. Each NFHS Sports Rules Committee is responsible for recommending the official playing rules to the NFHS Board of Directors for adoption. The committee is not responsible for testing or approving playing equipment for use in interscholastic sports. Equipment manufacturers are responsible for the development of playing equipment that meets the specifications established by the committee, and that is otherwise of good design and quality. The NFHS urges manufacturers to work with the various independent testing agencies to ensure the production of safe products. Neither the NFHS nor the applicable NFHS Sport Rules Committee certifies the safety of any sports equipment. Non-compliant equipment is inappropriate for use in competition under NFHS Sport Rules. While the committee does not regulate the development of new equipment and does not set technical or scientific standards for testing equipment, the committee may from time to time provide manufacturers with guidance as to the equipment performance levels it considers consistent with the integrity of the game. The committee reserves the right to intercede to protect and maintain that integrity. 2. Each NFHS Sport Rules Committee suggests that manufacturers planning innovative changes in sports equipment submit the equipment to the applicable NFHS Sport Rules Editor and/or Rules Committee for review before production. 3. Protective headgear is required by NFHS rules in some sports and is permissive in others. Hard helmets can decrease the incidence of certain head trauma, such as skull fractures and subdural hematomas. Soft headgear may protect against cuts and bruises to the scalp and forehead. Coaches, athletes, and parents or guardians should review the manufacturer's warnings about proper usage and performance limits of such products. No helmet or headgear can eliminate the risk of concussion, and all sports should be played, coached, and officiated in recognition of that fact. General guidelines for sports hygiene, skin infections, and communicable diseases. Proper precautions are needed to minimize the potential risk of the spread of communicable diseases and skin infections during athletic competition. These conditions include skin infections that occur due to skin contact with competitors and equipment. The transmission of infections such as methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, or MRSA, and herpes gladitorum, blood-borne pathogens such as HIV and hepatitis B, and other infectious diseases such as influenza and COVID-19 can often be greatly reduced through proper hygiene. The NFHS SMAC has outlined and listed below some general guidelines for the prevention of the spread of these diseases. Universal hygiene protocol for all sports. Shower immediately after every competition and practice using liquid soap and not shared bar soap. Wash all workout clothes after each practice, washing in hot water and drying on a high heat setting. Clean and/or wash all personal gear, such as knee pads, headgear, braces, etc., and gym bags at least weekly. Do not share towels or personal hygiene products, such as razors, with others. Refrain from full body and/or cosmetic shaving of head, chest, arms, legs, abdomen, and groin. Students should clean hands with an alcohol-based gel or soap and water before and after every practice and contest to decrease bacterial load on the hands. Covering up coughs and sneezes in the bend of the elbow instead of the hand. Stay home from school and athletic participation if frequent cough, diarrhea, vomiting, or fever. Infectious skin diseases. Strategies for reducing the potential exposure to these infectious agents includes: students must notify a parent or guardian and coach of any skin lesion prior to any competition or practice. An appropriate healthcare professional must evaluate all concerning skin lesions before returning to practices or competition. If an outbreak occurs on a team, especially in a contact sport, all team members should be evaluated to help prevent the potential spread of the infection. All shared equipment shall be properly cleaned or disinfected prior to use. Coaches, officials, and appropriate healthcare professionals must follow NFHS or state local guidelines on time until return to competition. Participation with a covered lesion may be considered if, in accordance with NFHS, state or local guidelines, and the lesion is no longer contagious. Blood-borne infectious diseases. Strategies for reducing the potential exposure to these agents include following universal precautions such as a student who is bleeding, has an open wound, has any amount of blood on a uniform, or has blood on their body shall be directed to leave the activity, game, or practice until the bleeding is stopped, the wound is covered, the uniform and or body is appropriately cleaned, and or the uniform is changed before returning to activity. Athletic trainers or other caregivers must wear gloves and use universal precautions to prevent blood or body fluid splash from contaminating themselves or others. In the event of a blood or body fluid splash, immediately wash contaminated skin or mucous membranes with soap and water. Skin antiseptics, such as isopropyl alcohol, or moist towelettes may be used if soap and water are not available. Clean all contaminated surfaces and equipment with disinfectant before returning to competition. Be sure to use gloves when cleaning. Blood on an opponent's uniform during competition or a teammate's uniform during practice should be cleaned at that time by wiping with a disinfectant, such as isopropyl alcohol. Any blood exposure or bites to the skin that break the surface must be reported and immediately evaluated by an appropriate healthcare professional. Other communicable diseases. Means of reducing the potential exposure to these agents include: make certain that students, coaching staff, and medical staff are current on all required vaccinations such as MMR, hepatitis B, chickenpox, meningitis, and hepatitis A. COVID-19 vaccine and yearly influenza vaccine are strongly encouraged. During times of outbreaks, follow the guidelines set forth by the CDC as well as state and local health departments. For more detailed information, refer to the blood-borne pathogens, infectious mononucleosis, and skin conditions and infections sections contained in the NFHS Sports Medicine Handbook. Guidelines on handling practices and contests during lightning or thunder disturbances. These guidelines provide a default policy to those responsible or sharing duties for making decisions concerning the suspension and restarting of practices and contests based on the presence of lightning or thunder. The preferred sources from which to request such a policy for your facility would include your State High School Activities Association and the nearest office of the National Weather Service. Proactive planning. 1. Assign staff to monitor local weather conditions before and during practices and contests. 2. Develop an evacuation plan, including identification of appropriate nearby safer areas, and determine the amount of time needed to get everyone to a designated safer area. A designated safer place is a substantial building with plumbing and wiring where people live or work, such as a school, gymnasium, or library. An alternate safer place from the threat of lightning is a fully enclosed and not convertible or soft-top metal car or school bus. 3. Develop criteria for suspension and resumption of play. A. When thunder is heard or lightning is seen, the leading edge of the thunderstorm is close enough to strike your location with lightning. Suspend play for at least 30 minutes and vacate the outdoor activity to the previously designated safer location immediately. B. 30-minute rule. Once play has been suspended, wait at least 30 minutes after the last thunder is heard or lightning is witnessed prior to resuming play. C. Any subsequent thunder or lightning after the beginning of the 30-minute count will reset the clock and another 30-minute count should begin. D. When independently validated lightning detection devices or mobile phone apps are available, this technology could be used to assist in making a decision to suspend play if a lightning strike is noted to be within 10 miles of the event location. However, you should never depend on the reliability of these devices, and thus, hearing thunder or seeing lightning should always take precedence over information from a mobile app or lightning detection device. Note, at night, under certain atmospheric conditions, lightning flashes may be seen from distant storms. In these cases, it may be safe to continue an event. If no thunder can be heard and the flashes are low on the horizon, the storm may not pose a threat. Independently verified lightning detection information would help eliminate any uncertainty. 4. Review the lightning safety policy annually with all administrators, coaches, and game personnel, and train all personnel. 5. Inform student athletes and their parents of the lightning policy at the start of the season.